was Titty Boy. And it was so funny. Allison, you may have been a baby during that time. But yeah, guys, guess what? We are live on Twitch and the Tube. All right. So if you're a dedicated tuber and Twitcher, by all means, please report to duty because I know you do it because you love me. Hey, Kiana. All right, guys. So welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Monday. It is Monday, the start of a week. And guess what? Trump did not wait until Tuesday to just lay it all on us. So much has happened today. All right. So we're definitely going to be going over it, guys. And with that being said, I want to thank you all so very much for being here with me tonight because you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, with that being said, let's be active participants. If you're here with me on the TikTok, go ahead and keep tapping that screen, sharing the live within reason. We don't want to spam share. Let's continue to knock out our gift goals. Also, guys, if you haven't sent your daily heartbeat, by all means, please go ahead and do so. And make sure you collect your points because everything with TikTok is a game. And if you're not following me, what are you doing? Go ahead and follow me. You see my name at the top. If it says follow, you should tap that button and follow me. I appreciate y'all. Also, if you're on the tube, remember to like the stream and just do all of the good things, guys. We do have a daily donation goal of $150. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. I appreciate all your love, your support, your kindness, and most definitely your encouragement and your engagement. And with that said, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box. Let's have a conversation. You may call it a debate. You may call it a debate, but I'm just going to call it a conversation. So go ahead, request up. Let's have a conversation because why not? All right, we're going to do one more penny goal here. So let's knock that out. And let's see, what do we have here? Hello. Let's see. I missed it, Martina. I missed it. Hi, was it Bina? Hello? Oh, I don't think they know that they're here. Okay. Hey, Sky. All right. Oh, that's adorable. I love that thing because it dances. It dances. All right. Let's see here. Hi, Benito.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello. Hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did. He's a nice
Okay.
man.
Okay. With that being said, how old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay. All right. So can we get back to politics, please?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Fantastic. Glad to hear it. Okie dokie. So we have superior knowledge. Like Trump got on national TV today during his press conference in regards to his ruling on why am I gonna mess it up, guys? How do you say the A word? And how do you say it? I don't want to just say Tylenol because it's the active ingredient in Tylenol, and I don't want to mess it up. Do you know how to say it?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Antihistamine. I have to see it. I'll see it in just 2 seconds. Okay. All right. I think Corey's gonna come tell me how to say it and then leave. Okay. Corey, how do you say it?
It's acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. Thank you. Acetaminophen. Hey, can you send that to me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Acetaminophen. Right. Thank you. All right. Love you, bro. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. All right, Benito. So yeah, that. So Trump basically told the nation, the world, that he and his administration know more about the studies on autism than the people who study it. That was crazy. Or we can talk about how Jimmy Kimmel won because Jimmy Kimmel was like, fuck you, pay me, because of the simple fact that he was going to sue ABC and Disney. And so they were like, you know what? We've lost a lot of money. We can't afford to lose more. You can have your
I honestly think they lost a lot of money just on ratings.
It's not even about ratings, though.
All about the commercials.
It's all about the commercials.
Yeah. Have you looked at his ratings? Like seriously, like on a serious
Jimmy
level.
Kimmel had like the #1 late night show. So it wasn't about ratings, love.
Oh, it was definitely about ratings.
Is that the one that you want to talk about? You don't want to talk about where the fouls are?
Well, like when you prance around somebody like of color that you found in the parking lot and you make him your sidekick, that's pretty disrespectful. And his rating showed it.
Comedian? A guy that chose to do that job?
No, he was a parking lot attendant.
who is now rich and can take care of his family, and he's choosing to do that job. Like, is
Yeah,
this going to be
he
a
was like
critique on Jimmy Kimmel's show?
he
We're
was
not
like
going to talk about
Jimmy
the First
Kimmel's pet,
Amendment.
basically.
You're
It
saying
was
that
pretty
Jimmy Kimmel is
disrespectful.
bad?
Yeah.
That's silly pants behavior.
That's like
Anywho.
that's like some white guy having some like Mexican guy with a heavy accent and like pokes fun at him all the time.
Yeah, bro. No one has time to
That's
try to go over
terrible.
like Jimmy Kimmel lore with you.
Republicans
Let's
are
talk about the
racist, right?
First Amendment here and how Jimmy Kimmel actually won. All right. He gets to retain his First Amendment rights because he didn't
I
do
thought you
anything
guys
wrong in the
hated
first
rich
place.
people.
Who hates rich people? What are you talking about?
Do you hate rich people?
No, why would I hate rich people?
Okay. I thought all Democrats hated rich people.
Who said I'm a Democrat?
Is this where like
Are
Democrats
you
don't
making
call themselves
assumptions?
liberals?
Do you? Hey,
Like
Benito,
you're a
what
liberal. It's
happens when we
fine.
make
It's
assumptions?
fine.
What happens when we make assumptions? Who do
I
you
have
make
no
an ass
idea.
out of? Yourself. All right. Don't make assumptions. You can ask me what my political affiliation is, and I'd be happy to tell you.
Let me guess. You're progressive.
Yeah, I would say I am progressive, but that's not my political affiliation. I'm a democratic socialist, registered and everything.
Yeah,
So there's
even
that.
worse. Even worse. So
Well,
you're a
hey,
Bernie fan?
I mean, I am definitely
You're
a
like a
fan
Bernie?
of paying more taxes if it means that people would have better social programs, so social safety nets.
You know that's like never worked before, right?
Actually, the Nordic model does work.
The Nordic model, which is
Have you
like
seen?
which
Have
is
you
like
seen like
Switzerland.
Sweden and Switzerland, countries like that, where
You
it's
know
like a
how
mixture of economies. So they have their socialism and they also have their capitalism.
they're the
So
size of New Mexico.
doesn't matter. It still
They're the
works.
size of like Ohio.
Yeah, and like if United States
Doesn't
citizens
work.
were just okay with paying 8% more in taxes, then guess what? We could have free healthcare. Isn't that crazy? Just a little 8% more in taxes.
No, that's
we could
actually
have free
just sets you
healthcare.
up for failure.
How does it set you up for failure?
Because the whole everybody puts into one big pot and then lets the government do it never works.
How does it never work
has.
when we just
Isn't it?
like
It
we
never
see countries
has.
like Canada, we see countries like Great Britain do it, even France does it. Like, what are we doing? Germany does it.
But
Like,
a socialist wants
hell,
to
even
do it.
China does it.
Yeah,
China.
exactly.
China.
China. Venezuela,
Hey,
North
hold
Korea.
on, one moment,
Keep
Benito.
going. Cuba.
Guys, hold on, one moment. Guys, did you hear that? I did it
Vietnam.
good. I said 1 moment. You're not listening. You keep talking. Be quiet. Guys, did you hear that? That was a good one, right? That was really, really good. China. And I did the hands too. China. That's all I got. All right. Please tell me that my Trump impersonation was good. Chat.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the chat.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. China. Okay. Anywho, I'm finished. So yeah, we've seen it work in multiple countries. So I'm not exactly sure. What's your evidence that it doesn't work?
Can I ask you like a serious question?
No. You were talking about universal health care not working.
Real politics. Like socialism's never gonna work, right? Let's get to
We're
the real
not talking
politics.
about socialism though. We're talking about democratic socialism. Like, I need you to focus.
Tomato. It
it's
never
not
works.
tomato, love. It's really not. And I specifically mentioned the Nordic model. So tell me, how doesn't it work?
Well, it's like when people were saying that, like, they were like, well, like during COVID, they were like, we should all just lock up and stay inside. Look at Greenland or whatever. Like, it's just like ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
That was a bad example.
No, it's a great example.
It was really, really bad.
Like, you guys point at other countries and are like, look, they're doing it so great. It doesn't work. We're the most powerful, most successful country.
Did in countries like Germany, they went on lockdown.
Then go move there.
In France, they went on lockdown, and they had a lot less unalivings because of that disease than the United States did. over 1 million people unalived in the United
Are
States.
you guys still trying that
So
whole thing?
I'm like, I think it's not a problem of actually like locking down because again, that's not a night. That's not like
Yeah.
that doesn't correlate to socialism, by the way. I just want to let you know that. But I think that if Americans were a lot less selfish and individualistic, then you know what? We would have had a lot less deaths. All we were asking for people to do was wear a mask, stay 6 feet away, and wash your hands. And you all thought that your rights were being taken away. How dare you ask me to wash my hands? I don't want to wash my hands.
I
That's
like
how
your
I feel.
glasses,
Like,
by the way.
I know they're cute. I know. I like them too. Thank
They
you.
look good.
So,
You shape your face really well.
Benito, do you want to try again and give us an
Yeah, I want to
example
get
of
to
how
like a real
universal
topic.
healthcare doesn't
I
work?
want to get to the real topic. You cool with that?
What's the real topic?
How do you feel about Charlie Kirk?
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
Don't care.
One of the most iconic historical martyrs of present day.
No. Don't he's not a martyr and I don't care. Do you want to talk about Trump having superior knowledge, saying that he knows more than the people who
Listen,
studied autism? Do you want to talk about Jimmy Kimmel and First Amendment rights? Or do you want to discuss where the fouls are? Which one?
like, in what way did Jimmy Kimmel come out? Like, he got publicly embarrassed.
He
He was
wasn't
told to
publicly
leave.
embarrassed. No, I would say that ABC and Disney were publicly embarrassed. Jimmy Kimmel knew what he could do from the beginning.
Like,
So there's that.
they showed him where the door was.
They
They're like,
no,
hey,
they
man, the
didn't. He
door's over
wasn't
there. Do
embarrassed
you mind
though.
leaving now?
How was he
Like, they told
embarrassed?
him that. They
But
told him
how
to
was he
leave.
embarrassed?
When security has to escort you out, like, that's not good for anybody.
I didn't hear anything about security escorting him out.
Yeah, you know when you leave a job, they like escort you out. They're like, hey, look, you
They
have
were
to leave
still
now.
paying his production team. Like they're the only losers here has been
That's how
Disney.
bad they
Disney
want him to
lost
leave.
over $4 billion. So over $4 billion, hundreds, no, not hundreds, thousands of people canceled their Disney Plus memberships. Also, another thing is that celebrities like Tom Hanks and Selena Gomez, amongst others, all right, were threatening to not work with Disney anymore. All
Who
right, could
gives
you
a shit about
imagine
Selena
Disney? Could
Gomez?
you imagine Disney trying to
She's the
film
worst
like an
ever.
American classic without Tom Hanks? What?
Tom
The
Hanks
movie would
sucks. He's
flop.
the worst actor.
Oh my gosh, you just don't like
He
anything. That's your counter for everything. He's just the worst. Jimmy Kimmel had the worst ratings. Like, dude, like, say something based in facts. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing?
well,
Well,
I'll
time
agree
to hit
with
the
you a
old
little
dusty
bit.
trail.
I'll agree with you a little bit. I think that Donald J. Trump's got a big head when he says some dumb things like he has superior knowledge or whatever, right? Like
Hmm.
that's who he is.
But
That's what
he's the
people
leader
like
of the
about him.
free world. He can't get in front of audiences and say stuff like that. So it doesn't make any sense. Also, they are blocking, all right? They're telling people not to use this specific drug, all right, that people have been using for centuries, not centuries, for decades, all right, to handle pain, all right, while pregnant. All right. Do you? Oh, no, don't go. No, don't go. Come back. No. Somebody better send me how to pronounce that word phonetically. I mean it. I am going to lose it because I cannot say it. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't have no friends. I don't have no friends. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anywho, if you voted for Donald Trump, all right, if you voted for Trump, all right, get in the box and let's have a conversation. As you can see, I'm really, really nice. I'm really nice. I can't pronounce it. It starts with an A. I keep trying to pronounce it, but I can only pronounce it when I see it. And I don't have it in front of me right now. And it's absolutely insanity what's happening here. What is this? Ba-dum, bum, bum.
67-yard field goal.
Hey yo, I ain't vote
Watching the
for Donald Trump. I just
football.
want to get on there and tell him drink some motherfucking bleach.
Okay, tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. Thank you, Brian. Have a good night. Tap the screen, guys. Share the live. Let's do all of the good things. That's okay. All right. I'm a Black woman. If I want something done, I'm going to get it done my damn self. All right. Shout out to Google. Damn it. Even Google doesn't even tell me how to pronounce it. Acetaminophen. I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay. All right. I'm going to send this to myself because I'm a ridiculous person. Anywho, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Let's have a conversation. All right. Don't come up here like and do whatever that was that guy just did. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Okay. I don't feel like it. You send it to me twice. I only see it once. I just saw it. I only see it once, Corey. Anywho, if you voted for Trump, get in the box, guys. Also, let's keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things, guys, or else I'm going to subject you to battles. And I know you don't want to do that. Okay. I know you don't want to do battles. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock out the gift goal. And how many likes are we at? I can't see. I think this says 31. Is this person a Trump supporter? Let's find out. Let's see what happens. I love y'all. Thank you so much for telling me how to pronounce it in the chat. Y'all are awesome. Guys, you left me with no choice. Wait, is this person here? Is Dia loaded, y'all? Do y'all see someone on your screen? Because she's not on mine. Oh, she's gone. Okay. You all have left me with no choice. Boop. Hey. Hey, Progress.
Hello, Chocolate. How you
Don't
doing?
call me that. Don't do that. That is very rude. I don't like it.
I
My name is
apologize.
Erica.
I was just
Thank you.
Erica. I was just looking at your skin. You have really nice skin.
I'm aware. Thank you. But don't do that.
Okay, now, this is what I call. This is what I want to talk about. Honestly, all jokes aside, we say that we are adequate in all areas as Black people. I know I am, and I feel that way every morning that I wake up. Um, my skills as far as business, HVAC, current events, politics, common sense. If we really feel that we are equivalent, if not better, which I believe we are, then why don't we make a challenge and say something like, okay, we're going to stop asking the government to give us anything. This don't cut me off because I know it sounds crazy. To stop giving us anything except for merit-based equal opportunity to compete with business people that are white, Asian, Mexicans, whatever, and let the cards fall where they fall. And because I was listening to Fox News tonight, and something clicked. And what clicked was that they're always talking about we're asking for something.
That's because
And
you're
I
watching Fox
thought about,
News.
well, it's okay what I watch. I watch CNN too, just as much as I watch Fox. I don't watch, the other one, but I watch both of those. Kind of, I think I watch CNN more because they have better, not vid, they have better video. Fox don't really have nothing to look at. They just have a lot of talk. But CNN always had better video than audio, and audio, whatever. But just make a challenge and basically, let's say as a whole, as a people, say, okay, F passing these
I want
MFs
you to
to
say what you said, the very first part of what you said. You said merit-based equal opportunities, right?
Yes, I
Is that what
did.
you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We already have merit-based equal opportunities, but does opportunity always materialize into something tangible, or does what does opportunity mean to you?
It means that if, okay, hypothetically, if I'm on a job site with them, work with a lot of YTs, okay, and I know I'm better than all of them. We all make, I make more than some of them, and a couple of them make
Sir,
more
what
than
does
me.
opportunity
But
mean to you? What does the word opportunity mean?
fair, fair opportunity, meaning that we put all that other stuff aside and just compete on whatever the job is. If it's counting, then the black and white counting, who counts the best? Okay, if it's installing
You don't know
rafters.
what opportunity means, do you? Opportunity just basically means the chance to obtain something. That's it. To obtain something that would be basically like beneficial to you or something that you desire. That's all it means. That's literally all opportunity means. All right.
Okay,
Opportunity,
well,
we already have that. We already have access to the opportunities. All right. But what happens is what's happening behind the scenes, those who get to grant
exactly,
the benefit.
exactly. I agree with you, Erica. That's why
Wait, so
I
why is it
ask.
on us? Why is it on us as Black people, all right, to change anything when it comes to going after our opportunities? Why isn't it on the people who actually can dole out and materialize those opportunities into something benefit? So let's say like a job, all right, a career, all right. We have studies that show that Black people, all right, are denied interviews for jobs that they are more than qualified for simply based off of their name.
Exactly, Erica.
What
I
do you
hear
mean
you.
exactly?
I agree with you. Let me finish. I agree with you. That's why I ask. Well, I suggest that we basically put a different type of pressure on them. See, because this type of
What would be the
pressure,
different type of pressure?
I'm trying to say, this type of pressure will insult it will put them where they need to be mentally. It's a mental game, meaning like, okay, stop cheating, okay, and allow no funny numbers, or if it's numbers, allow none of that. Let's compete. I work with these people. They're not easy. They're not hard to beat. You can beat them with one hand tied behind your back because they're lazy. They are not gonna. They don't like extreme weather. They don't like extreme continuous of
None of that
anything.
matters.
It
None of
does
that
matter because
matters.
I do this and I beat them every day. Okay, so why can't we as a people stop asking?
Progress,
Asking.
progress, 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 progress,
You
progress,
talk a lot.
progress. Listen, when you come to my live and then you go to this live, I just want to make sure we are all under the same qualifications. Can you tell them what is the first 5 Bill of Rights, since you couldn't answer that for me from my live last night?
You're stupid for your with your
I
stupid.
understand. I understand that you think that's stupid, but I promise.
You so
Progress.
busy
I'm
trying
sorry.
to.
Progress. I'm not trying to argue with you. I promise you, Big King.
I don't
I'm
have
not.
time for.
What's happening?
Progress. Progress. I understand that you don't have time. That's why I'm not trying to argue with you. Do you
Okay,
hear
well, leave
me?
it alone. It's people
I,
like you that
there's
keep
nothing.
us behind.
Erica's my sister. Erica, I understand it. I understand, but Erica's my sister.
Well, okay, well, well, if you want to influence her to drop me because you come up with some
I
idiotic.
wasn't. Did you hear me
You're
say
an
that?
idiot. You
I
know
wasn't.
it.
Progress,
You
real quick.
influence
Progress. I
her.
know. Progress. Nobody is
What
up here
is
to argue with you.
Okay,
So
well,
can you
leave it
give me
alone.
progress? Can you give
I
me
do
2
not want to
seconds?
communicate
Progress.
with
Can you give me
Progress,
2
please.
seconds?
you.
2 seconds. I'm asking for 2 seconds because
I
you're on
do
my
not want.
sister's live.
I don't give a damn if it's your mother's live. I do not want
Okay,
No,
to.
you
Progress, stay
bum fucking
respectful.
bitch, then
Hey,
drop.
hey, Chewy.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You gonna come up with some shit
Yeah.
like that.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Erica,
Progress,
I will let
be
you know
quiet,
that he was on.
please.
I'm sorry, Progress. She told me to behave, so I will behave. He was on my live last night, and he can't tell you any of the amendments. He can't tell you anything about Black history. He can't tell you anything about Black people.
Oh no, he can't
Just
tell you
everything in
anything about
between.
anything.
I just wanted to say that, and I am going to respect your live more than his bitch ass.
I appreciate you, Chewy. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, all right. Progress. You seem to be pretty popular. All right, so I think Corey wants to say something to you also. I'm not sure. Hey, Corey.
Why can't we talk
Let,
about
let,
what
let Liv go first. I'm in the middle of something. Let Liv go
talk about
first.
what I
Liv is
was
in the
talking
middle of
about?
something too. I'm about to drop both of y'all.
I got to handle this.
But
Hang
I
on.
don't
I'll be right
know.
back.
Go ahead.
Going over
I'm
the
sorry,
kings,
Liv is
like I
weird.
asked.
Liv is-
Listen, I don't. Erica, I'm gonna ask you because he doesn't want me to talk to him. That's totally fine. Do you believe me asking if somebody has and knows the 10 Bill of Rights is qualified to have a political conversation about the president?
Who
I
makes you
think
the
that's
judge of
fair.
anything?
I wasn't asking you, Progress. I was asking Queen Erica.
Who
I do
makes you
think
the
that
judge
is
of anything?
fair to ask. It basically determines like their foundational understanding.
Okay, thank you so much, Queen Erica, for emphasizing that. I won't bother your live anymore. I'm just gonna sit here and be quiet. Better than Progress.
You are fine, Chewy.
So someone come up with something to stop all of this confusion. You know,
Hey,
whatever happened to a
Progress.
solution? Whatever happened to a solution, Erica?
We
Why
do
we
want
can't
to
figure
look
out
for
any
solutions, but sir, before we can actually look for solutions, we have to first agree on what the problem is, right?
And the problem is that it's basically that is unfair practices in this world. Okay, and then
But you
they use a lame ass excuse of that all we do is ask for stuff. We don't want to work for it. We don't want to earn our way in this economy, in this world. We're always begging and welfare and this and food stuff. That's what they say. That's a lame ass excuse. But if you look at it, we have been doing that shit asking them for so effing long to give us stuff to where we forgot that maybe we need to
sir,
stop asking them for
but you
damn
have
thing.
you're blaming the wrong people. That's literally not the
I'm not
problem.
blaming, I'm not blaming
No. Ask not equality here, Progress. All right. Demanding equity isn't the problem for Black people. All right. The problem is white supremacy. Okay. The systemic structure in which we live in needs to change. And it's
But
not
if
going to
you
be
announce
on
a
us.
problem,
No. Why do you keep doing that? Stop talking. Don't do that. Sometimes I pause. Just wait. Okay. Thank you.
okay, Erica.
All right. It's not on us to change that. They have to change. Okay. The people who are doing, I don't care who it is doing the interviews, but the people who are reviewing the resumes, the AI systems that are reviewing the resumes, like whatever, stop denying people based off of their name. Stop doing that. All right. When it comes to school, stop denying people because of their zip code. Stop doing that. All right. If they have the credentials to get in, all right, if they have the test scores to get in, allow them to get into the school. The problem is that for way too long in this country and still now in this country is that Black people are judged for the most trivial shit. All right. We are, again, judged based off of where we live. We're judged based off our names. We're judged based off of how we talk.
That's what I'm talking about,
What
Erica.
are you saying then?
I agree with you. Challenge them to compete fairly. Everything is a competition in this world. I challenge them and
Welcome in,
basically,
Kiana Reid.
just like all of you guys be talking the same talk or the same topics every night, put a challenge them. It'll get popular. Okay, if you want your live to blow up,
You
which
right,
it already
Progress. Real quick, just to make sure. And I'm not trying to disrespect you, King. Can you show me how you make 100K? I've got my 100K behind me. You said we have the same live every night. I'm the one on the panel with the most viewers. So I'm just curious. No Progress. I'm not looking at our Progress. Look at me. I'm looking at straight. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Then if you don't need to. Okay.
I can look at you and tell that I can look in your eyes. Your eyes are too close together. You have mental illness that has probably been
Dude, don't do
diagnosed.
that. That's rude. For no reason
Oh,
whatsoever. That is absolutely rude.
Don't let it be rude. I want them to see what MAGA is coming with while I'm currently making over 100K, and that's your response.
I would never watch your if your show
Progress,
was
you
about
did. You were in my live last night.
one time, but
No, so let's not say that we would never, because never means that you never did it. You were in my live last night and then you came to Erica's live, so that would be a lie.
Okay, well, I'm looking at you now. I promise you, I would never return.
So show
to
me your
life because-
salary versus my salary. I made this in 6 months. If you can show me something different, we probably would believe you.
So you honestly believe that
No,
I
there's
would
no
show
honestly.
you-
I asked a very simple question as somebody that studied legal and criminal law. I hope that you can currently respond as a Republican doing that side. I'm asking, and just straightforward, not if, ands, or buts, if you can currently show me that you can make the same amount of money that I can in order to be telling me what I'm doing right or wrong.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes,
really
Liv, please.
Yes,
Liv,
I just
please.
really quickly. Chewy. If you're, and Erica, this is going to be problematic, but he came for black women.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so, Chewy, if your eyes are too close together, is his D too close to his B's?
I'm just saying for the people.
I'm just saying. I'm
just
sorry.
saying. I agree.
Okay. All right. Also, black women's labor isn't free. Y'all, the fact that it's 435 people in here and Erica has not said, hey, thank you, or read a message to that live gift goal is absolutely absurd. You guys are stealing black women's labor. Okay. Let's go ahead. Make sure we hit that gift goal. Send $5, $10, $20, whatever it is. Erica will read every single message. She loves all of her supporters. Okay. Let's make sure we're doing all of the good things. Tap the screen, share out the live, and make sure we're gifting the panel. This is very simple, guys. We're not here for free. All right? Black women's labor is not free.
It's not free. Thank you all. Keep doing all the good things, guys. And if you are watching over on YouTube, the best way to support the live is via a super chat. So thank you all so very much. And also, yes, Kevin, that is something I typically do near the end of the show. But guys, hi Wizard, hi Kevin. Who else is over here? Hi Tarot, hi Sky, hi Baby Blue. Hey, I see you guys over there. Hi Shin. Shin, I'm waiting on your email. All right. Hi guys. Hi tubers. So let's keep doing all of the good things. This is really making my brain hurt because I'm really trying to talk about politics here. And this man don't want to talk about politics. He don't want to talk about politics.
What about politics? Only thing, you know why I support Donald Trump, because he basically doing what I want him to do. Bottom line, I don't support Kirk or the governor of my state, the great state of Florida.
I guess that's not what you said last night. You said that you support Donald Trump because of the moves that he's making.
Exactly. Yes, he's doing what I want him to do. You don't speak English?
I do, but you didn't just say that. So, do you mind elaborating? What did you want him to do?
I want him to get this world correct. This United States correct. People like you, I want him to cut you down one limb at a time. Grind you to the ground.
He still got bitches scared of you like me. Yeah, he can't, baby. He can't. I make more than him with no bankruptcies. I make more than Donald Trump with no bankruptcies. And let me be very clear about one thing. One thing, progress. Over Donald Trump, I would take your ass out any day. I don't have to wait for the government or anything else in between. You just got to tell me where to go. And so when you and I are on the same page about that information and you were on my live last night, my lockbox and my Lucy are right next to me. So let's be very clear about one thing. Donald Trump doesn't know 27 amendments, but I do. And if I had to currently show up at your door with my Second Amendment, I would, unlike Donald Trump. So while you're talking all that shit on this app, talking about progress and still not collecting any coins, bouncing from black people's lives that don't give a fuck about you, I would still show up at your door. You understand?
But do you think
hold on, progress. Just making sure you and I are on the same page. While I'm making $350,000 a year, I would still show up at your door at 5'2" and 145 pounds at 29 years old.
And do what?
Take your ass out. Did you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's get that straight. That's what my ancestors did. That's what my ancestors before my ancestors did. And no matter what you stand for, I promise you, Donald Trump protects that. So the next time you want to play with a conservative, just make sure I'm not on that live. Because when you play with my sisters and brothers that are Democrats, hold on. When you play with my sisters and brothers that are Democrats, I just want you to know I show up. Okay? From North Carolina to Colorado, I currently take your IP address and do everything I want with it.
Okay, don't do that. All right. Let's New York City. Okay, guys. All right.
Whatever
Let
IP address
progress.
you have,
Shh.
damn sure don't have mine.
Just tell me. Just tell me yes, and
I'm
I
about to
do
let
it.
both of y'all go.
I
Stop.
see yes.
Don't
Do
let me
it.
go if he currently asking. That's all I'm saying. I'm about tired of motherfuckers that currently are okay with hanging motherfuckers in trees and don't want to say where they at. Don't drop me because I'm asking. Because I'm asking MAGA to stand on a fucking word. If you about
I just
progress,
want to
then be
talk on my
progress.
own lives.
Be
I don't want you all to
you correct.
continue to
I promise.
overtalk
I'm
me.
not going to disrespect your life. But at that point in time, progress, don't bring your bullshit ass over here and currently play that game. Because I show up. Erica might not, but I do. I ain't got no kids.
I got
You
one.
got some mental.
New
You got
York
some mental
City.
issues, don't you? Because I
All
don't
right.
even know you.
Good God. What is happening here? Where's Santana when I need him? Guys, shout out to Frederica for the $5. Frederica said, I'm no thief. Pay Black women. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to Kiana. Oh, you know the way to my heart. Kiana sent 1111 because Liv yelled at us. I know that's right. Thank you, Liv, for yelling at people. Okay, guys. All right, I'm just gonna round that up to 12. I always round up. All right, so that's 17. So we are 133. All right, away from our daily donation goal, 133. All right, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica 9, all right, at gmail.com. Okay, all right. So, guys, here's the thing. All right, I get overstimulated. I can't deal with people over talking. I don't like it. So that's why I'm saying I don't mind you two having a conversation. I just don't want people over talking each other. All
I don't
right.
want
And
to talk to her. I
also
don't
as
know
the
her.
host, when I'm talking, I don't want anyone else to be talking. That's all I'm asking for. All right. So yeah, Chewy, you're always welcome here. All right. You know the deal. You know how I run this. So, and you're always welcome here. So thank you very much. Now, with that being said, progress. Okay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think you're asking the wrong people to change. All right. It's not on Black people, all right, to change. All right. It is not. Because when I say that, when I say it's not on Black people to change, what you're asking for is you're asking us to not demand opportunities. All right. You're asking us not to demand equity when we should be demanding equity because equity will only be fair, would it not?
Yes, it would. Everything that you're
Okay.
saying would be
So
fair, but have we ever seen it?
but here's the thing, you bring up that they keep saying that we are asking for too much. They keep saying that we're asking for too much.
For too much,
Then
but they have said it for so long to where they believe that we are beggars. Okay, I don't consider
it ain't for
myself
us
a
to change
beggar.
their mind. That's what they want to believe though. That's the thing. They want to believe that we're begging.
We're going
It's
too
not for us
slow.
to change their mind. Have you ever heard the saying progress? Hold on one moment, please. Have you ever heard the saying that a person will only change if they want to?
Now, I've heard it, but not in that fashion, the way you just fashion it. But we're going
Does
too
the
slow. We need this.
does the addict not stop doing drugs? Only tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Does an addict only stop, all right, using when they want to stop using, therefore making a change because they wanted to make a change? All right. And I hate to use this example because I do not want to scare anyone off. I don't want to trigger anyone. So I am going to say trigger warning abuse. Okay. All right. I am going to say that. Does the abuser only change when they want to change? Progress?
Or when they realize that they truly have an issue.
Because they want to change. What do you mean? Yes, they realize they have it. Am I speaking a foreign language?
No, you're not. Can you check your goal and read that out loud? Shut up, progress. Shut the fuck up, progress, and let her read her goal out
I have a
loud.
few to read. Progress, you can't be a real person, man. Like for real. You can't be a real person.
I
Like,
can't
it doesn't
do
make
what
any
now.
sense, bro. It really don't make no sense.
Progress. She's just exercising her First Amendment, right? And I'm trying to hear her read, so let her exercise that. You were mad about Charlie Kirk. Let her exercise that. All right. Like I said, let her exercise that. She's going to speak, not you. That's what that meant.
There's a few to read out, so let me see here. All right. Shout out to Raina. Thanks, Raina. Shout out to Raina for the $15. Raina said, keep teaching them, Queen. Knowledge ain't free. I know that's right. Thank you, Raina. Also, shout out to, let me see, what's this one here? I got to go to a different app. This is my baby Sky. Yay! Shout out to Sky for the $10. Sky said, always a pleasure to support you, Erica. Thank you for all that you do, Queen. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate you, love. Also, shout out to Starch Manning, I like your name, Starch Manning on the tube for the $5 super chat. They said the non-hating white Christian.
Out loud, real quick. Just, I'm sorry. Don't read my name.
I got you. I know. I won't. I got you. All right. The Starch said the non-hating white Christian needs to ask their churches, why are we okay with white supremacy? How they do that? How the kids be doing that thing? Like clock it. They be doing that. Clock it. All right. Okay with white supremacy. It's in our history. Need truth and reconciliation. I know that's right. And reparations. All right. So there's that. Thank you so much, Starch. I appreciate you. Also, guys, big shout outs to Chewy. Shout out to Chewy for the 133 on the PayPal. Chewy. Okay. Chewy said, I apologize for interrupting. As a conservative, I thought I was following Malcolm X. I thought I stood for Nat Turner. Sarah Bartman of South Africa, who had her limbs. Yep, they did. Yes, she did. Limbs cut up and everything else. I will fight now for those who allow for us to go without our rights, without disrespecting you. You are my queen, and I react. Our whole community don't stop. Hold on, Chewy. I have to go to the app to read that whole thing. Okay. And I don't know if you heard me while I was on, while you were teacupping and doing this, but I love you being here. Absolutely love you being here.
It wasn't about that. It was about your labor. You are teaching so many fucking souls. It's insane. And the fact that you allow everybody to speak, you need to be paid for your labor. No matter when I am up here, I will always pay for it because you are one of the most kindest people I have ever met on this app, allowing anybody all over the field to speak. 110%, Eric, you are the reason why this country is going forward. Not Trump, not anything like that in between. And I needed to let you know that I'm not paying for my voice. I'm paying for your labor.
No. I don't ever think that you're paying for your voice. I just want you to know that there's no ill will here. I always want to hear what you have to say. I just get overstimulated. And I understand exactly what it is that you're saying. And I thank you so very much for that, because I am trying here. I am trying. So thank you for recognizing that. And I really do appreciate you. Guys, let's do this. Let's see like all of the hearts in the chat and on the tube for Chewy, for Sky. I saw Sky, for everybody. All right, for everyone. Kiana, I saw you in there. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Let's drop those hearts in the chat, guys. Whew. Like, Progress. I'm not apologizing for not understanding. I'm more so apologizing to the chat. I don't understand. Like, I don't get what it is that you're saying because it's not making any sense whatsoever.
Okay, sometimes people don't catch a lot. I don't catch a lot of things. Sometimes like I'll give you, for instance, I was on a live with Itchy, and a guy was speaking of how about trans people and stuff like that. And I caught it, but I had been hearing that stuff for like I won't say years, but at least I've been trying to understand it for a year. He made it plain to me. I don't know who he was, but he was on Itchy's live. He made it plain to me, and I finally caught it. So sometimes we don't catch things instantly. Sometimes a seed has to be planted, and then someone else has to water it, and someone else has to give it sunshine, and then maybe it'll bloom. So I'm not here to, because I know I don't have those kind of skills to make people comprehend immediately, because that's not my gift. But I do feel like we need to stop asking anybody for anything. It has not worked all these 20, 50 years. I've seen us ask for 40
Progress. Do you
years.
mind if I ask you a question out of good faith?
Go ahead.
Okay, with my $126,000 in 6 months on my screen and Erica not having to ask for anything, do you mind if I ask you who's asking for any handouts?
I'm not saying that you as an
No,
individual.
I'm not. I understand you, Big King, and I'm saying that, and that's why I'm redirecting because of Erica. I'm redirecting my energy. I'm asking, who did you hear ask for those handouts, Big King?
I'm saying we should stop asking for reparations. We're not going to get them. Okay. We need to just really get our minds focused on different things, finances, whatever we're good at, and do it the best we can and get ours on our
You are
own.
correct, Big King, but that still avoids my question as somebody that owns 6 businesses and has 4 properties. I have one of my salaries on the screen, so you're not talking to me. And I promise you're not talking to Liv, who's a business owner, Erica, who's a business owner, Koji, who's a business owner. I'm not saying that as any disrespect, and I 110% expect you to be a business owner. I'm changing my whole direction because of Erica. What I'm asking is, who have you heard from our side ask that for reparations, or for convictions, or anything else in between?
That's all I hear unless I'm hearing things. That's all I hear on TikTok, unless I'm hearing things, and you guys starting to make me think that I'm hearing things. So
No,
that's why.
not even remotely. Not even remotely. There's over 3 million people here. Not even remotely, Big King. That's why I'm redirecting how I'm talking. I'm asking for knowledge-wise, Mr. Progress. Who have you heard who have said that verbiage, that vernacular, that ebonics,
Who's asking for
anything in
stuff?
between? That's all I'm asking. I'm changing it so much for you and Erica because you actually came with her with nothing but respect. So I have nothing but respect for you on this live.
Well, I don't write stuff down. It's in my memory, so I
You're
speak
okay,
from.
Big King. You're okay, Big King. All I'm asking, who do you remember saying that? Even if you have to think about it, I don't mind waiting. But who do you remember saying that we need reparations or anything like that in between? That's all I'm asking.
Just making a statement, and if it settles, it does. If it flies around to someone, grab it out the sky, that's cool too. But I'm just saying that we just need to really compete. I feel like we can compete in business.
I just want you to know, I make $350,000 a year. Erica owns her own business, and so does Liv. And so when you talk about compete, we are doing exactly what you say, Big King. So I don't need to talk about that. I don't have my salary. I don't work for anybody. So that salary. Go ahead, Liv. I'm sorry.
Chewy, keep cooking. But I want you to know that also Corey makes more than all of us.
Yes, he does.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Corey.
Yeah. So we need to make sure that like Progress knows who he's on the panel with. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna hold you, and I apologize for cutting you off, Chewy, but like, Black folks ain't asking like for handouts. We're asking for white folks to get out the way so we can really get some money. Because
exactly.
Chewy getting money, Erica getting to the bag, Corey getting to the bag, I'm getting to the bag, right? We got different bags, but we getting to the bag. And the problem is that why we not getting more bag, because white folks keep doing this racism. And what we're saying is that, listen, stop doing the racism before we make you stop doing the racism. This is far different than what you're actually saying. And I think it would be fortuitous for you to argue against that premise and that point rather than the point that you're making. Because, but
Liv,
we've cleared.
Liv, have we ever been able to stop them from doing that without threatening force? And if we threaten force,
Listen, man. Watch this. Hey, it's 524 people in here, right? I believe in community. So does Erica and Chewy and Corey. Like, we rock with community. We rock with education. I have a class right now, right, that we want to educate the next generation of young people. And in that generation, we need your support and your help. And so I'd love for y'all to click the link in my bio, go to the classroom list, and buy one thing. Also, Erica's labor is not free. I know it says thank you up there. That's
I
because
like
Erica
her.
is the nicest person on TikTok.
I
Fuck
like
that.
her.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop that. Okay? What I want y'all to do, while we're live, make sure we
Listen,
continue to play Black women for their labor. Right?
like Erica, yes.
Hey, let me do this commercial break. Because the only time I'm coming off of mute, because I don't want to touch it, I'm gonna have a great like, woo 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 into the commercial, and then it's gonna go right back to y'all. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Right? Make sure y'all run up Corey, because Corey is always a blessing to everybody on the panel. Make sure we continue to run up Chewbacca. Listen, Black folks' labor ain't free. Black women's labor ain't free. Let's continue to do all of all of the good things. Did I do it right that time, Erica?
You
And
did
I
a good
will
job.
say, just FYI, Progress, you have been having an honest conversation with me and everybody on the panel, and you haven't been disrespectful. And Erica tamed me down, so I am going to gift you. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just saying that because you respected my sister, you respected my big bro. So I thank you for that to the moon and back. I'm never going to disrespect you again. You got my respect.
I'm
No,
not
you
here
got my
for
respect,
money.
Big King. That's all I was saying. I promise.
Give it to Erica. Give it to Erica. I don't want anything.
Question.
No, no.
Because
But
you mentioned reparations, and I was thinking about something like here in the States, we do something called subsidies, right? And subsidies is nothing but another word for welfare for farmers. All right. We do a lot of subsidies. Like even for fishermen, we do subsidies when they have low season where they don't catch enough fish, they can be reimbursed by the government for their loss of income up to a certain amount. All right. When the farmers have a bad, season, they get reimbursed by the government. All right. And it's called a subsidy, right? And people are okay with them getting, that welfare, that form of reparation, because they're being, indemnified for the loss that they incurred, right? Japanese Americans advocated for reparations, all right, for the harm that their people went through during World War II by being placed in internment camps, amongst other things. They advocated for that and they were awarded those reparations. Jewish people within the United States also receive reparations. All right. It's like I won't say what Native American, well, indigenous people get in the United States is considered reparations because they deserve so much more. Like literally. So they deserve all of this land back. That's another story. It just seems that why is it progress that when Black people in this country demand reparations for what we have experienced in this country, it's a problem. It's considered begging. And it's, to me, progress, it just seems like you're okay with them saying that we're asking for too much, so we should stop asking. Why is that?
it's not that, Erica. I'm not a real patient person, I'm just tired of us sit, just standing stagnated, just in the same damn place for 10, 20, 30 years, even though some of us are doing good. It's not enough of us are doing good. I just try to think of a different route. And it may seem stupid, some of the things I say, but at least I'm thinking. I'm tired of us just, I'm tired of, listening, hearing my people talk, and they thinking they're at the top of their game. Not all of them, but the ones that I'm concerned about at the top of their game as far as their thought process, and they're not. But you can't tell them that they're not. like the other day, I was talking on a live, and the guy said, I'm going. He said, he's 23. I'm probably smarter than you. I didn't tell him he wasn't. He said, because I went to Walmart and I'm trying to get a job and they won't give me a job. And I'm wondering, what the hell are you looking for a job at Walmart for? You sound like you don't have any felonies, and if you do, the union is looking for you, electrician, plumber, HVAC. They looking for you, and they were willing to pay you
Okay, so what
$30
you're
an
trying
hour.
to say is that you wanted that young man to look for what you would consider to be better opportunities.
Yes, not Walmart, $30 an hour, but okay, he may live in Tennessee, he may live in Kentucky.
No. Let me stop you right there, Progress. As somebody got 3 universities on my screen right now, I just want to be very clear. You don't make $60,000 a year. You don't make $30 an hour. You don't make what they make at Walmart. So you judging what they make when I currently make quadruple of what you make is asinine. You currently telling any Black person that is currently working for this goddamn system that they are 110% not filling a role because they're not an electrician. Bitch, an electrician makes the same amount as somebody at Walmart. That's the point. And as a recruiter for 5 years in the STEM industry, you're not going to tell me nothing past that. This is why when I told you I was going to give you respect because you gave Erica respect, that was where it's going to last. But when I bring up my receipts, my salary, and the motherfuckers that I hired for different positions from Sikorsky all the way to accounts payable, you're not going to say that. When I hired machinists, you're not going to say that. Because one thing for sure and 2 things for certain, I make more than all of those fucking positions talking on TikTok, making over $130 an hour. And instead of y'all learning from us, you keep learning from the same fucking system that enslaved you. And I can say that as a conservative that still stands for Black people more than you stand for Black people. Because who the fuck would tell a 16-year-old to the age of 25 that making $30 an hour would be a fucking embarrassment when your bitch ass don't make that? I know, Progress, you don't make $60,000 a year because you wouldn't be on this app at 10 o'clock at night. And I know you don't work for yourself because you still wouldn't be talking shit about somebody else working at Walmart. That's the point. If you have the opportunity to praise and blame another motherfucker, that means you're not working hard enough at your fucking job. And that's on God. And unless you work hard enough at your fucking job, you're not going to praise anybody that currently works 12 hours a fucking day, making sure that you have fucking groceries because you can't grow them in your fucking backyard like your ancestors did that were fucking Negroes. That's on church. So stick with that. Because I still, at the age of 29, at 5'2", 145 pounds, make more money than you and your fucking ancestors as a Black Negro that are being found hanged in fucking trees. And you're not mentioning Trey Reed, but you have the fucking audacity, the caucasity to mention everything else about what the fuck you're not doing. You're not performing better than those white people. You're not performing better than those Black people. You're not performing better than anybody to be praised and blame and fucking claim over them. That's the fucking point. And unless you can currently show your fucking receipts of your college degrees and my fucking salary, Progress, you need to progress in your fucking life because you still don't have 0 fucking coins on this fucking panel. And that's on church. I tried to treat you with fucking respect because you came to Erica with respect. You are still a broke ass bitch that currently succumbs to the indoctrination of this fucking country and still the motherfucker that can't recite their fucking rights out of 27. You are a Black man currently advertising for the fucking colonizer but can't show us your fucking grades. You're an embarrassment to society. You couldn't make higher than the fucking GPA that I have.
Julie, one second. So I'm not coming up here to tone police, but one thing I know about my good sis Erica is that she does get overstimulated very quickly.
Sorry.
If we could just respect that boundary for her, and I'm not saying that like just to you, just to everybody that's on the panel. I'm very aware of her sensory levels, and we're getting to that point within the conversation. So if everybody could just do that for me. Like, if she's not gonna say anything, so I'm gonna say it for her, and I'm not speaking for her. I'm not trying to be her mouthpiece, but I just know how Erica is. TJ, please. Speaking of overstimulated, so can we please just please in Erica's space, because she doesn't really try to facilitate a space that is not conducive or conductive. And I'm not saying anybody has not been that. I'm just saying when we're having these conversations, if everybody could just do that for Erica, out of love for Erica. That's all I want to say. I'm gonna drop right there.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, y'all know when I get overstimulated, I check out. I will check out, and I don't know what's happening anymore.
I apologize. I
I know, but
apologize.
I agree with
I'm
you.
sorry.
I agree with you though, Chewy, because it was something that. But again, okay, sorry guys, I got overstimulated. Fudge sickles. Ah, fudge.
I
It was
watched your
something
eyes glaze over.
I'm
you
gonna
did.
drop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just Erica. To be
Or you know
completely
me.
honest, I'm gonna be completely honest, Erica. The message that I sent you was 110%, and
Yes.
I just want you to know, just for anybody and everybody, I will never drag my Black kings and queens. And I'm getting emotional right now, but the only reason why I was fucking conservative is because of what I went through foster care. So
I know.
this
I know,
bullshit,
Chewy.
exposing it. I didn't see it. So
I know, Chewy.
I'm sorry.
Chewy, you are
But
loved.
I just want people to know that the conservative Black people that are conservative Black, we didn't know. So I'm sorry, okay? Like, dead ass, a lot of us have been fucking fighting for Black people. And a lot of us has fucking been fighting for making sure that the individuality exists. And this shit is fucking hard because we thought we were fighting for the independence of Black people, okay? We fucking thought if we had took the opportunity of telling Black people that they can, they could. That's it. No matter if it's Joel, no matter if it's anybody else, we thought. And the fact that this shit is being thrown in our face, I want you to know we take it. Some of us who didn't even fucking vote, we take it. But this shit is a rude fucking awakening. I understand that you blame us. I get it. I fucking get it. But listen, some of us were only given with the 60% that the same fucking white people that you read the film was given. And I just ask that you give us grace. Because some of us didn't fucking know. We didn't know that the country would go the way that they do it. We thought they would make the same decisions, I promise. Then we didn't know. That's why Joel switched. That's why Hog switched. That's why everybody switched. But fuck you, motherfuckers. I promise, even if she's overstimulated, I will read every motherfucking film. We didn't know that you were gonna hang us in the fucking tree for Charlie Kirk. We didn't know. Because if we did know, we would have fucking buried you motherfuckers. I promise you that. So do whatever the fuck you want, but the conservatives are waking up. In progress, you can keep progressing, but I'ma eat your ass up everywhere the fuck you go, and I'll drop from this panel happily. But fuck y'all. Y'all can read us the filth. Y'all can make us feel like outsiders. I don't give a fuck. But just know that we didn't know. We didn't fucking know. That's all I ask. We didn't know. Please. We didn't fucking know. I promise.
Chewy, you are loved, and you'll always be shown grace here. You'll always be shown grace here. You are loved. And I just want to, like, I hate that it took this to come to that realization. I really do hate that it took this to come to this realization, because your passion, your vulnerability is real and is felt. And I hate that it took this. I really do. Um, but in life, we do live, we do learn, and we grow. And again, I'm always going to show you grace, Chewy. I'm always going to show you grace. Fucking progress. Um, guys, keep doing the good things, guys. Draw some hearts in the chat for Chewy. Y'all. Keep tapping that screen. Keep doing the good things, guys. I know Corey wanted to say something, but Liv, he said let Liv go first. Liv, did you have something to say to progress?
Yes.
The way you
Progress.
say yes, I'm concerned.
Black women's labor is not free. So what I need y'all to do in the chat, 700 people in here, power tap the screen, share out the live, make sure we do all of the good things. Erica is one of the most amazing people on this app. She's not going to say it, so I'm going to say it. I'm going to grift right now. There's 700 people in here. All of y'all should send her $5 right now and send a message because she will read every one of those messages. Every single one that comes through right now. Just it's $5, y'all. It's a $5 holler. Make her read that message. Make her read the message. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Also, run Corey up to 1,000 coins. He supports the live so much. He's an amazing person. Hilarious. Support my classroom. Click the link in my bio, go to class list, and just go grab some off of there. It's for our young people. We have a raffle coming up this Friday. We want to make sure we incentivize our young people to do, see if I do it right, all of the good things.
Yes.
All of the good things.
All of the good things.
Right?
Yes.
All of the good things. And
Yes, yes.
lastly, Chewy, if you're in here, we love you. I love
Yes,
you.
we do.
Right? And listen, we gonna jack.
Definitely. We will. We will. And
Mhm.
hold on one moment, please, Airbus. I think people have to, especially Black conservatives, I think at this point, you really do have to ask yourself something that Itchy has always asked. What are you trying to conserve? What is it? What are you trying to conserve? And how has conservatism actually served you? You have to ask yourself those questions. Like Progress, I think it's time for you to ask yourself those questions. Like seriously, what is it that you're trying to conserve, sir?
I don't know. After listening to Chewy, I kind of feel not bad, for myself, but when she said foster care, I can only imagine what she experienced. So I don't have anything to say negative. I just say, stay up, Chewy. And if I offended you in any way, I truly apologize because that's definitely not what I was trying to do. And that's real. And maybe I just need to go back into, get off of TikTok for another 6 months or a year and just leave this shit alone because it's not doing my people any good. I don't think I'm, whatever. I'm not here
Really,
for
I
coins or
just think
anything like that.
I really just think though that you really, really do need to ask yourself what it is that you are trying to conserve. Like seriously, you really have to ask yourself that. And because I think a lot of Black conservatives who are now leaning more towards the center and more towards the left are now realizing that they did, in fact, thank you, Boeing, that they did, in fact, vote against not only their own best interests, but their community, their people's own best interest. Is nothing there. Is nothing there. It only preserves the rights of basically cisgender white male. So cishet white men. And it takes away the rights of everyone else. We see it in how they're handling things as like as DEIA, how they're dismantling it. And it was never something that was based on hiring or quotas or anything of that nature, but they painted it as such and y'all believed it. And then we have they're stripping away transgendered rights. So people who are transgender can't even serve in the military anymore. And that's a choice. It's a choice to serve your country. They can't even do that anymore. Like what they're
But
doing to
like
undocumented immigrants is absolutely scary. I'm sorry, Progress?
yeah, because I was listening, like I really did not understand transgenders or LGBTQ people. I really didn't, but I have changed. I was listening to, I think I was on with Itchy and some of his friends, and some guy was breaking things down, and then it just made me really just think. It's like it made me think that it made me question God because they say God don't make mistakes. So it made me quite, and I've always been into read. I like to read about science and biology and things like that. And it's like, well, maybe this human makeup it's not mistakes. Maybe that's normal for so many people to be like that, and maybe the
Yeah,
way
they're
I've
born.
been thinking all my life has been wrong.
Yes.
Yes,
So
that's what I
progress.
Because
believe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Liv. You're fine. Go ahead.
Well, no. So progress. So I was raised evangelical Lutheran, right? I went off, and it was when I was 18 years old. I went off to college and played at the University of South Carolina. And I had always had queer cousins and all of those things, right? But it never clicked for me. I was young, right? And the epiphany that you're talking about, right? I was about 20, 21 years old. And I was in and having a conversation about the Bible with some of my college cousins. And they had pointed out that Jesus was a Jewish man. And I know that may seem simple, right? Like Christ was Jewish. Erica, did you know that Jesus was Jewish?
Yes.
Like, but when you're a Christian and you're indoctrinated into a Lutheran Christian church, you don't
No,
necessarily acknowledge like him being Jewish,
I didn't
right?
grow up in the church, so that's why I'm okay with Jesus being a Jewish person.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but coming up, I didn't know that. And when you
Yeah.
look at Judaism, and we start like, especially in college, when you start questioning these things, right? You find out that within Jewish culture, there are 7 different genders, or is 8 different genders, right? I found this out when I was like 20 years old. And so blew my mind when I found out that queer people, trans people have always existed, right? And so then it became the whole point of like, what is the difference between sex and gender? I started investigating these things. And I argue that, bro, you're on the right path, but like you're just too conservative. Everything you're talking about, being an American and liberating and all that, you can't do that. Like I would never want to liberate myself, Progress. I don't even know you, but I would never liberate myself on your back. I would never liberate myself by putting you down. I would never liberate myself by putting queer people down, or women or men or whatever it is. Like I don't want that liberation, right? And if that liberation requires me punching somebody down, bro, I don't want it. Because if I ain't free, if you ain't free, I ain't free.
but when you say liberating myself, I just honestly didn't understand it, and it making me question all my friendships when I was growing up, that everybody played like they was manly, and we only had a couple of people that was strange. But then Itchy had said that people have always been like this. They just been hiding it until until it became popular. And then I started thinking even more, and then I said, well, everything started changing when Obama came in office, because before then, people were going to, it was just different. So I'm starting to really learn. But see, it's not an easy process, because that means I have to rethink 40 years of my life and my people that I knew and experiences and stuff like that. And then not just the people, I got to question God. I got to question everything, because I'm a thinker, and it all intertwines. So that means that I would have a headache just thinking about this shit, and because it, it, I'm not saying it don't make sense, because it does make sense, that because then even the women, I didn't even know that women were so into it either. I don't know where the hell I've been, but then when I factor that in, that's even more fucked up in my head. So now, I thought, yeah, it was always a couple of gay people here, gay people there, girls or boys there, but that's not true. It's the majority are, and
Well,
that
not
don't
the
make me
majority
feel better.
progress, but progress. I don't. Yeah, I know. The I would say for you, progress is that you have to continue to deconstruct. I see some light there. There's definitely some light, and I say that sincerely. You just have to continue on the journey of deconstructing, and the price of progress, all right? Price of progress is not easy. All right. It may hurt a little, it may make you uncomfortable at times. All right. But you will come out on the other side better for it. So you have to continue to deconstruct. All right. And the only thing that I can leave you with, Progress, is just like, it ain't the most eloquent thing to say, but bruh, what you eat don't make me shit. So you have to think of it that way. All right. You have to ask yourself, why do you care? Because you don't get to choose. You don't get to control other people. You don't get
But
to
I
control other
understand that.
people.
And that's not what I'm trying to do now that I'm understanding. Because I would probably never insult a trans again or
Hey,
LGBTQ.
progress. Hey, progress. Can I blow your mind with some wild stuff?
Go ahead, man.
You mind if I take like 90 seconds to blow you and his mind with some wild stuff?
I don't want you to blow my mind with some wild stuff, but go ahead. Let's see what
But
happens.
it's gonna like bolster your white supremacy arguments,
Okay, I'm
right?
listening.
And so when this country was founded back in the 1600s, well, 1600s, the colonies, right? You had a sect of Protestants that disagreed with the Catholic and Protestant Church of England, right? And they came over and they were iconoclasts, right? Fast forward 200 years to the 1800s, Joseph Smith, Mormons, founder of the Mormon Church. Remember, he came out and said like he saw a white light, woo woo woo, and then came out a couple of years later and was like, hey, saw Jesus and he was blonde haired and blue eyed, right? Come to find out, if you were a slave, that Jesus was white. Oh shit! What? The man that we've been worshiping, like whether you were Muslim or whether you were Christian, he was a nigga, right? Now, Muslim people believe that Christ was a prophet, right? Now, Christian people believe that he was the Messiah. Now, look, whichever side you fall on, he was a nigga, right? And so you have this whole movement of a white man, right? You have all these busts in everybody's houses, descendants of slavery. Now, think about it. The Klan is Christian, right? And when they had their reemergence in the 19th century, right after Birth of a Nation, right, they came out and they hated three things the most. They hated black and brown people, they hated Jewish people, and they hated Catholics. You may be like, oh my gosh, they hated Catholics. The reason they hated Catholics is because Catholics is too close to European. So when like the Polish and the Italian and the French came over here at the turn of the century, like they experienced massive amounts of xenophobia and they were targeted, right? Because they weren't accepted by this idea and concept of being white. Then we fast forward from there. This whole idea of white supremacy becomes ingratiated into the society. By the turn of the 1950s, white people made up 90% of the society, making what Dr. King and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks did a fucking miracle. Put some respect on black people's names, right? And so then you have this whole movement going from Nixon all the way until today, right? They coined it as the Southern strategy. They said that, you know what? We're not going to say N-word, 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 right? Just like we're not going to say, we're not going to talk about black women. We're going to talk about abortion, right? That's the issue. Planned Parenthood, right? They said things like super predator. Now you're getting so caught into the minutia that all of a sudden now you think to yourself like, this is devil's food cake, devil food cake. Nobody eats devil food cake. People that eat devil's food cake is weird. Just like 150 years ago, if you had a left hand, like they would sit here and think that you're weird, right? They'd isolate you. The same arguments that people give today against trans people and queer people are the same arguments they gave during the time of integration, the time of niggas, right? And so we have to ask ourselves, is that when those arguments were made against black people that look like me, you, and Erica, and I definitely can't say that name. I apologize. Huh?
Makimba.
Makimba. Yes. And so like we can look at that time and say like we didn't want that for us. Why are we okay with that with other people, with other groups of people, with other minorities? One thing that I know, and I'll land the plane with this, right, is that oppressed people understand and can resemble oppressed people. Though I am not Palestinian, I can empathize with imperialism and colonialism and white supremacy, right? I can empathize with the people of Iran, given that they've been destabilized for over 70 years. This is why they say D to America. Like I can empathize with those in Africa that have been colonized and imperialized, though I've never experienced it myself. And so I argue with you. I argue with you that are we going to stand with the merchants of war, or are we going to stand with the Prince of Peace as a Christian? Are we going to sit here and throw holy water on bombs and then drop them on children in Gaza, or are we going to stand with the Prince of Peace, my brother? Like we can't sit here and say that we're Christian and then go against the words that Christ said.
That part.
If I may say something,
Hold on one moment, Makimba. There's
sure.
a lot I have to do. So progress, I'm gonna let you down. Let Liv's words seep in. Think about them. All right. So until next time, you have a great night.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, and I have to read these things off before things get too far ahead of me. Shout out to E. Cray for the $20 super chat on the tube. Thank you so much, E. Cray. I appreciate you. Y'all drop some hearts in the chat for E. Cray. Also, shout out to Carmela for the $5 on PayPal. Carmela said, "You're amazing." No, you're amazing. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Also, let's see here. All right. Miss Loretta, thank you so much, Miss Loretta, for the $5. Miss Loretta said, "I agree with Chewy. I am glad I found you." Thank you so much, Miss Loretta. I appreciate you, love. Also, shout out to Sin for the $10. I think this was for progress. Sin said, "Pay Black women, stop talking to Chewy. Oh, stop talking crazy to Chew." She was talking about progress. Thank you so much, Sin. Also, shout out to Dr. Steele for the $5. Dr. Steele, I don't know how you do it, girl. Whoo, child. I know that's right. I don't know either. I don't know either, but thank you so much to Dr. Steele, Miss Loretta, Sindra, E. Cray, and also shout out to Carmela. Thank you all so very much for the love. I appreciate y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat. Let's keep this going, guys. Let's get these up to 300,000 likes. Oh, we knocked out the cowboy hats? Okay, all right, I'll do something else. Show love to the panel. Peaches is here. Sweet Peaches is here. She's never been on my panel before, but yay, hi Peaches.
Hey, Erica, can I do one
I
capitalism?
skipped yours, Shauna? Oh, no, because I skipped Shauna's. That's not
Oh,
okay.
you skipped Shauna?
I skipped Shauna. Like, how did I?
Gasp. How could you?
I don't know how. That's my baby right there. There she go. Shauna, thank you so much for the $10. We cannot make progress with Mr. Progress on the panel. That was before the conversation, guys, but there we go. Sin, I got you, Sin. I read yours. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, guys. Let me do something really quick. Liv, read. Hey, Whitney. Liv, go ahead and read out your capitalism. Then I'm going to ask Airbus a question. Then I'm going to go to Makimba. All right. And then to Peaches. Okay. So go ahead, Liv.
Yes. I am going to get canceled for this, Erica.
Oh, God.
I am. But this is true. This is true. Big W to Dana for the $25 donation to the kids. Grab something off of the wish list.
Awesome.
Awesome. Like I didn't know.
Is that Dana?
That's Dana.
Oh, cool. Great. She's a teacher. She understands.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yep.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Draw some. I'll just say it. Draw some hearts in the chat for Dana. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, Corey. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's keep doing all other good things. Let's keep the conversations going. Hi, Airbus. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, but like I just have a question.
Okay. All right. 30 seconds, bro.
How do you? Because I'm Dominican. How do you feel about Hispanics who voted for Trump?
How do I feel about Hispanics who voted for Trump?
Yeah.
You likely voted against your people's own best interest. That's
No,
all I
because
got.
I didn't. I'm just saying, like, I know a bunch of people who did, and I'm like, why would you do that to your own people?
Yeah. Like, I'm answering. You likely voted against your own best interest. So how old are you, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a little minor, but it's right.
How old are you?
16.
Oh,
But like,
baby, you can't be here. Have a good night.
oh, good night.
Okay. He whispering because he don't want his parents to hear him. That's a baby. That's a baby. All right. Hi, Makimba. Did you vote for Donald Trump, love?
No, I did not, but I also did not vote for the Democrats either. I voted for candidates who represented my interests based on the issues. And I just want to say this, and first of all, Brother Liv, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I appreciated the things that you were saying. And I say this with all of my heart, in all honesty. And first of all, the other brother was talking about that he's certain age and he's got to reevaluate everything. I would say that everybody in this country should be at that point, and especially if you are of the boomer generation or Gen Xer. When I look at how things are going, it really breaks my heart because I remember and being with the Black community, it used to be that we were the ones who had the most progressive values. We were the ones who stood up to everything. We would never be pro-war, never. And I just want to say, first of all, I appreciate the program that you have, and I thank you for allowing me to come up. I was really, normally I was just like scrolling, I don't even usually like to participate in these kind of things, but I heard a very, very real moment that really touched my heart. And I want to say that, we've come through a really hard time in terms of what it is to be Black in this country, a country that is not for us. The system that it was built upon, a system of colonialism. And we are trying to navigate our way through this. I would like to leave this as somebody who might be a little bit older than a lot of people who are listening, and based on my own personal experiences. The lens through which we should be examining this world is through the lens of the Black liberation struggle. It was never voting, it was never Democrat or Republican, although we had to use these avenues that really advanced anything for us. We don't realize oftentimes the power of who we truly are because of how things have been told. We don't understand that the reason that chattel slavery ever even ended in this country is because we rose up, our ancestors rose up and
That is true.
ended it.
Hold on.
With,
So, Makimba, I have a question for you. I have to do
Sure.
something first, and then I have a question for you. All right.
Yes.
Trump failed. Ha ha ha. All right. Remember, I like your name. Thank you for the super chat on the $5 super chat on YouTube. They said tagged you in a video on TikTok, Black dude on a YouTube stream with the caption, Charlie Kirk did more for Black people than MLK. Not kidding. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Ridiculous, but I'll watch it. Thank you so much for that, Trump failed. I appreciate you. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. You know, you know our history, you know our story here in the United States. And you know that this two-party system has never really served us well here in the United States of America. But that's the system in which we have to work with. And when we typically vote, we're voting for harm reduction. You mentioned voting for the candidate who stood in line with the things that you care about, the policies that you wanted. Yet you know, again, that a two-party system is what we have to work with. So we really didn't have a choice, especially in 2024, all right, to do a third-party candidate. Because they didn't have a shot. They didn't have a chance at winning. But Kamala did have a chance at winning. So why not vote for harm reduction, Ms. Makimba?
I have to say that I disagree with that assessment. And there was a genocide. I know if I say certain words, they'll put me off. that was going on. We have become increasingly more and more warmongering. There might be what the mainstream says, but that doesn't mean that that's all that there is. And we have to take the chance and create our own way with it. And I would much rather have built, like, I remember since the United States, when they first went into Afghanistan, it was obvious that we were at open warfare. And this was in 2001. And my attitude always was, it is better, much better to give a strong message saying that we will not capitulate. We will not go for people who are pro-war. We will not vote for people who are against our interests, against them. And it is much better to give that kind of a message than to give the message that has been going on, which is that we will capitulate to anything. We have been given a constant mandate for, I don't want to say because I want to get people for or, I'll just say or, but WAR, a constant mandate. And at some point we have to look at and say, is this working? And the answer is that it is not. But I say to our people, the way that we,
Ma'am, Miss McKemba,
yes,
I want to ask you another question. So I do
sure,
apologize for cutting you off.
no problem.
So like, do you think that your vote for Kamala Harris, let's say if you voted for Kamala, Kamala won, she's in office, do you think that we would have undocumented immigrants being deported to a concentration camp? Do you think that Gaza would be experiencing a level 5 famine right
Yes,
now? You really think that
yes, they
Gaza?
were. Yes,
They
yes,
weren't
yes, yes.
beforehand. No, ma'am.
Well, let me go
They
on, go
weren't.
on, go on and finish, go on and finish, go on and
But
finish.
do you also think that we be in a constitutional crisis right now where like literally our First Amendment rights are on the line? And
Well,
it is not performative that those rights are on the, it's really not performative. Mahmoud Khalid is I'm sorry, Mahmoud Khalil, um a professor. He was like not a resident. He was a professor. I'm just saying professor at Columbia who did a protest. He was a graduate student. I'm sorry, guys. Brain. Graduate student at Columbia University protested the war in Gaza. All right, because he's pro Pally. He protested it. Donald Trump held him in a jail over 2,000 miles away from home for months while he litigated his freedom. Once he was free, all right, they still went after him. And a judge just last week, I believe it was Friday, said that he lied on his green card application. And now he has to be deported to Syria. So he's leaving his wife and his child. They have a baby. So his wife and his child, he has to leave and go back to Syria. And it's do you think that will be happening under Kamala Harris? Like you really
well,
think
let me talk
that
about
these
what
things will be
has
happening? Do
happened.
you no,
No,
I can't
no, no,
finish
no,
because
no.
it's
Let me.
so much. I
Okay,
just
okay.
ripped the
No, go
dirt
on,
on
go
a
on.
stress
That's
ball.
okay. Go on, go on.
Do you think that Lisa Cook's job would be on the line? The first Black woman to be appointed to the Federal Reserve Governing Board. So Governor Cook, do
Well,
you think her job would be on the line? Do
let me.
you think that the Supreme Court would be considering overturning, make sure I get it right, the Humphreys executor, which is actually a rule that's been in place since 1935, that the president cannot just at will fire a board member? And when I say a board member, I'm talking about those who sit on like our labor board, the energy board, what's the
Let
one,
me.
the FTC.
Right. Let me.
Like
Let
he
me.
has to
Let me.
have calls. They're going to
Right.
rule on that soon
Right.
that he can
Let
just
me
fire
answer
them.
you. Let me answer you. Let me
Yes.
answer
I
because
got
it's
to clean
interesting.
my
You should.
hands. I broke the stress ball, y'all. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, let me. It's interesting you should say that. In 2022, have you ever heard of the case of the Uhuru 3? The leaders of the organization I'm with the Black is Back Coalition for Social Justice, Peace, and Reparations, and this was under the Democratic Party. I call them the Democrats and the Republicans, the Republicans, came after them based on issues of the First Amendment, accused them of working for the Russians because they were speaking out against these proxy wars and condemning U.S. imperialism. They tried to send them to prison for 10 to 15 years. This was under the Biden-Harris administration. Right now,
What's it called,
and
Miss
this
McKemba?
started, yes,
What was it called?
Uhuru 3, and this happened under the Biden-Harris
Can you
administration.
spell that for
Uhuru,
me? Because I'm not catching it.
sure, Uhuru. Last year, March 31st, 2024, and this was under the Democrats. I was at a pro-Palestine vigil. This is in South Orange, New Jersey. This unhinged man, to say the least, Zionist, comes running and screaming, at us, yelling and screaming. It's all on videotape. And I happen to be the only Black person that was in the vigil at that time. I wasn't out in the boondocks. It's just that these towns like South Orange, Maplewood, East Orange, they're like, some of them are predominantly Black towns and they border some predominantly white towns, but there's a lot of exchange between the two. So it wasn't like I was out in the boondocks. But anyway, this guy, he comes running and yelling and screaming, interrupting the vigil. And I turn around, I'm trying to diffuse the situation. He's yelling and screaming. I did not organize the protest or anything. I just was in attendance because I supported it. The state of New Jersey came after me and they falsely accused me of organizing protests, and they falsely accused me of yelling and screaming and using an amplification device. None of those things was I doing. This was under the Democrats. Under the Democrats, I remembered that the Haitian community, they were denied, I believe, TPA status. And I remember seeing that the Haitian community was being whipped and beat. I remembered that. And then I think they stopped that. And at one point, Obama had deported more people, immigrants, quote unquote, than the other president up until a certain point. And I think Biden also had a very high number. When we have to sit there and basically, because what we're doing is choosing between two colonialist warmongers 4 times, or I think it was maybe 5 times, and this was under Biden-Harris, they blocked a UN resolution calling for a ceasefire. They were bombing, doing all kinds of things that they were doing to them. So I really do think that, yes, this level of slavery would have just continued under them. And the very fact that they're not speaking out and condemning it now, they could easily be doing that. There's nothing stopping the Democrats from saying you should not be doing that. But instead, I hear that a whole lot of the congressional representatives and senators and everything are over in that area right now with the ones who are doing all of the unaliving. My whole point is that we have to see a different way, because just talking in terms of this two-party, which one, like talking in terms of the lesser of two evils, is not helping us at all. Things are getting worse and worse. If you look at the first Trump administration,
we have to look at the bigger picture when it
but
comes to
that is
these
the bigger
matters.
picture.
But it actually it isn't the bigger picture, because a protest vote, whether for a third candidate or
That wasn't a
abstaining from
let
voting.
me be clear. That was not a protest vote. That was
Okay.
a vote. That my ancestors never said to vote for evil. Nothing at one point, it wasn't even believed. People couldn't even see that we would ever have the chance to even end chattel slavery. We couldn't look at what the reality of a social system said. We had to have the vision to see beyond that.
Yes. And so, Makemba, I'm going to get back to Grady, right? I don't think that's ever been the argument, right? And I hear this from people that have to deal with the impact of this presidency, right? That made the vote that you made, that voted third party for Palestine. Now, look, the reality is this, that the Trump administration, about a week or two ago, just wrote a blank check to Israel to finish the job.
Yes.
And so things are far worse under this Trump administration that in the first day or the first week of his administration, he essentially banned trans people out of our society. It was a paper G-side. That's the first step, as Harvard outlines. We can look at his attack on Black people, criminalizing our communities. We can look at the harm that this presidency is causing currently. And the reality is that Kamala Harris lost by less than 1.6%.
But the reality
And so the harm that's being caused and the impact of the argument that you're making cannot be negated, right? That the harm that right now, right, that is happening to our Hispanic and Indigenous brothers and sisters, to our Jamaican and Haitian brothers and sisters, to our Nigerian brothers, that this 1.6% quite literally caused G-sides and human rights violations. And so the thing that you voted against, you essentially voted for.
No, I was voting for, I took a vote for peace. I took a vote for candidates who believe in reparations. I took a vote for candidates who are anti-war. Since 2001, all people in this country have been doing, whether they're Democrat or Republican, is voting for pro-war candidates. And it has gotten worse and worse and worse. There are over 4 million people in Black and brown countries unalived.
We know
Democrats
we don't take
and
anything.
Republicans.
We know
Wait,
we
let me
don't
finish.
take anything
Democrats
away from that, Miss McKemba.
and Republicans. And now we're at a point where we're talking about a difference in degrees of genocide with what was going on under
they
the
still
Democrats.
dying?
Who did
Are they
not
still
stop.
dying
I didn't.
today?
Yeah, they are.
They
and
are.
our
They're
people,
still dying in the
people
Congo,
continue to
right?
vote for pro-war
Hold on.
candidates.
One moment.
Imagine if people.
Miss
Let me just
McKemba,
say this. Imagine if
we
people
can
would have taken
imagine
the
all.
stand.
I really want to keep
No,
it.
no, let me
trying
please just
to,
say
Miss
this.
McKemba, please stop. Because I really am trying to keep it respectful, because I have this thing about my platform is where, one, I don't argue with Black women, and two, I don't raise my voice at my elders. I don't. It's just the way I was raised, and I'm not
If you
going to
want
do
me
it.
to, if you want me to,
I don't want you to leave.
you can tell me to leave. You
I
ask
don't want
me
you to
questions,
leave.
but
I don't
I'm
want you to leave.
answering them.
I don't
I'm
want us to get
answering
too far
them.
away from the point,
I don't
because
know what your point is.
what's been happening is that when you forget it, it's not important. I just don't want us to get too far away from a point
No,
that you
let me
just
just say
said.
this
You
because
mentioned that they were.
these are important discussions. Let me just say this. At what point then do people stop voting for pro-war? Because what the Trump presidency represented was a mandate for continuous war, whether it was Democrat or Republican. At what point do people have, because it was Democrats equally pro-war, and so are the Republicans, equally pro-war.
Ma'am,
And yet people just vote for them. At what point does that stop?
they're not
Whereas
equally
if we had
pro-war, though.
people,
That's the thing about it. They're not
about 20
equally
million,
pro-war. Yes,
but
could
they
the
are.
Democrats be better? I absolutely believe that the Democrats could be better. I agree. The Democrats could be better.
Well, if
However,
you're
I
going
do
to,
not think that Kamala Harris, let him up, Shauna, it's fine. I tried to let Hector up, but it like dropped him. Listen, could the Democrats be better? Yes, we know that they could be better. All right. But you say that your vote wasn't in protest, ma'am. Your vote was nothing
it
but a
was not in
protest
protest.
vote.
It
And
was
with
not in,
that being said, Miss McKemba, all right, with that being said, all right, Congo is still at war. The Sudan still at war. All right. We still have a slave trade going on in Libya. All right. And
and
the
that
crazy thing
stuff
about it
happened,
is
Democrats and Republicans.
those three things that are going on in Africa, because I know that there's more, because we can't forget about South Africa and what's being done to the Black South Africans down there. All right. They're still going on, and they're not being addressed at all by this current administration.
And the Democrats
at all.
and Republicans, the Democrats built up AFRICOM. It was Obama, that Libya got taken out under the Obama administration.
Fully aware.
The Democrats built up AFRICOM. The Republicans, at what point do people begin to say they don't want any more war, and they
When
want
we
no
have a
more?
viable progressive candidate. when we have a viable progressive candidate, when we have a viable third party candidate, when we actually have someone who has a shot at winning, not
You know
because,
something?
oh, I want to be anti-war. All right. It doesn't
I think
work out that
anti-war is a
way.
good
It's
thing
not
that
a
people should want to be
utopia.
as opposed to
Ma'am, it's not a
pro-war, as
utopia.
opposed to pro-war. So you take the only thing I'm going to
You got
say
it.
is people take responsibility for what
Thank
they
you.
vote for. Take responsibility for it. 4 million people in Black and brown countries.
Yeah, you have to
4
take
million people
responsibility for
actually
the fact
no,
that
take
people are being
responsibility for what
detained
people
in
vote
places like
for.
Alligator
But
Alcatraz.
take
Like you
I
have to take
didn't vote for that.
responsibility for
I
that.
didn't vote for
Ma'am,
I
you
voted
did in fact vote for that. When
anti-war.
you
No,
went
I
in
did
and
not.
you
No,
cast,
I didn't. I voted
not doing it.
anti.
Not doing it. I said I wasn't doing it. I'm not doing it. I said I do not argue. I do not raise my voice at my elders, and I don't want to raise my voice at you. It's literally just how I operate. So
Well,
I to quell this, I'm going to choose to be quiet, and Peaches has the floor. Peaches, the floor is yours, love. Thank you.
Well, hi. This is my first time on your beautiful
Hey.
panel. But thanks for having me. I was coming up here to lay it on progress because, first of all, he did not vote, FYI. Secondly, yeah, he's a full troll. Anyway, secondly, voting green right now might feel like a statement of principle for people that chose to not participate in what they call the two-party solution. But for the Black communities living under Trump's 2025 administration, it's a dangerous gamble. And this administration is continuously ripping apart DEI programs, cutting environmental justice's fundamental platforms for our youth, for our children with disabilities, for the elderly. As a matter of fact, right now he's proposing even cutting supplemental Social Security for the disabled and the elders. And so when someone says to me that we need to vote for a Green Party, it doesn't make sense when we know our civil rights are at stake right now. And she seems very aware of our history, and that's what's so troubling to me. She seems like a very well-educated woman. I just don't understand how we have gotten so complacent with participating in votes that will not gain a third party any gain of winning, any gain. They're not gaining any strategies. They're not winning, and yet your vote is causing us to lose. Over 375,000 Black women has lost their jobs, Ms. Makiba. And so I'm asking you, did you consider the risk that you were putting our people in? Because I've heard you say our people several times now. Did you consider the risk that you put our people on under this administration?
May I answer?
Absolutely.
How can you tell me that voting for pro-war candidates, voting for people who are anti-reparations, voting for people who are bombing Black and brown countries is the way, and voting for evil is the way to go instead of people having the guts and the vision? I'm so glad that people had the vision to look beyond the reality of what a country said, to fight for our people, to fight for us, to rise up and to end enslavement, because that's what they did. So how can you tell me that voting for war, voting for evil is the way to go when things have only gotten worse since 2001? They have only gotten worse. And instead of people organizing and rising up to say, we don't want war under any circumstance, we don't want it. But that is not what they do. That is not what we are voting for people who are anti-reparations. I'm assuming people on here are for reparations. Maybe they're not.
Miss Makimba, I want to say your name correctly.
You can pronounce it Makimba or whatever.
Makimba, Miss Makimba.
Right.
I hear that you focus on the wars in other countries when I want to focus on the wars right here in the United States.
Well, we can talk about right here and what's going on.
We have children here in the United States that is getting food removed from their tables during lunch periods. We have kids right now that are suffering because their parents don't know where they're getting their next meal from. We have elders who have been removed from nursing homes because their medical facilities or long-term residential facilities has ended their contracts with Medicaid because of the uncertainty that they'll be reimbursed. We have women who are losing their lives because states won't allow them to have an AB when we are the most to lose our lives when we're pregnant as Black women. I'm talking about the war that's in the United States right now. I'm talking about our children. I'm talking about our mothers, our fathers. I'm talking about over here. So you're worried about those children losing their lives over there when we have to worry about the fight here in the United States.
I fight for stuff over here all the time. I am out in the street fight. I've been doing that, and I've been fighting battles here that's going on, whether Democrat or Republican, and they're going on and they're happening, but we tend to turn our backs and we soften it when it happens under a Democratic administration. And I'm saying we don't have to settle for that at all. We don't have to settle for any of it. And if we're not going to have the vision and have the courage to vote for what is right, as opposed to, oh my gosh, this way of thinking, I got to vote for lesser evil, when it's not working. The state I live in, and all the police brutality that goes on in that state, whether it's Democrat or Republican, and I've seen this just increasingly get worse and worse and worse.
You keep focusing on a party when we're not talking about a party.
Well, then I know what you're talking about, because I don't vote for Trump. I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't vote for Trump.
I don't care about a party right now. I'm talking about us as a community, as the Black community. Like Erica said, we're talking about harm reduction. And when you're talking about voting for a Green Party, knowing that your vote, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not Erica. I love Erica's approach. But I'm gonna just say it. This is bullshit. You know damn well we was not gonna be
No, we're not gonna do yelling. We're not doing yelling.
No, we're not. I'm not yelling.
No, Princess, you haven't yelled. I'm talking to Makemba. We're not doing yelling.
I'm just saying it's bullshit that you would believe that person had a chance of winning against Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. It's baloney. It's crazy for someone to really go into the booth and cast their vote knowing dang on well what was at stake. And as a woman of your age, you should know by now that as many times as you voted, they're not going to win.
Exactly. That part. That's the part. And that's why I say a viable third-party candidate. All right. Yes, I get it. Do I think that we need more progressive candidates? Yes, I do. All right. But 2024 wasn't the time to test that theory out. It just simply wasn't the time. So much was on the line. And Peaches is right. We literally have a war at home here. We have wars at home here in the United States. Wars on women's reproductive rights. Wars against war against our children is raging right now. All right. They're trying to basically erase history and change it, not just in real time, but what they're teaching our kids. They're trying to change it in real time. Really, they're doing that, Makemba. Also, we have our president and his administration threatening to send the military into our neighborhoods. Donald Trump was truly and is truly the real threat. The real threat. And for the millions of people who either sat out or again did a protest vote, I'll be honest, I blame y'all. I do. I blame y'all. Because I think it was extremely selfish to make that decision. I just think that it was just selfish. It was fucking I want to curse. It was selfish. It was so out of touch with reality. And the reason why I say that is because you had tunnel vision focusing on the issues of places like Palestine. And that's not to negate what is going on over there. It just does not minimize what is happening here in the United States. It was not the oppression Olympics We wanted to put a stop to all of it. And we can't keep expecting change to come overnight. It does not come overnight. It takes time. Kamala Harris literally said that she wants a two-state solution. And that's what she was going to fight for, a two-state solution. Whether Netanyahu wanted it or not, that was her goal, to fight for that. Kamala Harris wanted to work with Congress on both sides of the aisle to codify abortion rights for women. She wanted to do that. She wanted to expand Medicaid so that more people had access to insurance. She wanted to build homes, work with developers so that the average American could now have a shot again at purchasing their first home. And that's along with down payment assistance. Like there was things that she wanted to do that she ran on and that she talked about. And it's like you heard nothing. You heard none of what it is that she wanted to do. All you thought was, oh, she's pro-war. She's pro-war. They're all pro-war. They're all the same. It's like that's all you heard. And here we are. People literally living in fear. They're afraid to go outside. I don't think y'all don't be seeing the bigger picture. I'm going to send you a request to unmute, but I just wish that people could see the bigger picture and stop being so short-sighted.
Well, you guys are just pro-war, and that's all there is to it.
I'm not pro-war,
anyway,
man.
I'm out. But you vote for war.
Okay,
you
you
vote
say
for
what
it.
you want to say, and I vote for harm
You vote
reduction.
You vote for harm. Well, you're not reducing any harm. That's the thing. You're not reducing.
My vote for Kamala Harris, if she would have won, definitely would have reduced harm.
You're not reducing
because
harm.
Venezuelans wouldn't have been sent to CCOT where they were sexually assaulted. They wouldn't have been sent there. People wouldn't be sent to these small countries in Africa that they don't even know the language. There wouldn't be a threat of people being sent to the Sudan where they're actually experiencing an active genocide. That's what would have been harm reduction. All right. We have 1 in 5 children in the United States of America that go to bed hungry right now. With Donald Trump, that number is looking to go up to 8. All right. I don't want children going to bed hungry. I don't want children going to bed hungry. Kamala Harris, we may have had the chance to reduce that. I don't want children going to bed hungry. I don't want people in Chicago afraid to come out of their house like people in Durango and DC are afraid to come out of their goddamn house. I don't want that. I'm so tired of y'all being selfish. Why are you all so selfish? Why can't y'all see outside of yourselves? I do not understand it. I do not understand it. I apologize for cussing at you, Miss McKemba. I do. I apologize for cussing. But why be so selfish?
Apologies are not necessary with me.
It's not for you. The apology's not for you.
Well, then if you want to apologize for yourself or whatever, then but I'm saying for me, that is not necessary because why were you so selfish? What I believe in and I stand up for, and I don't see how you can be so conditioned to saying that to vote against war is selfish. What was so you were satisfied with the condition of Black people in this country before Trump's second election?
Can I ask a question?
You were satisfied with the conditions of Black people in this country before we have the worst conditions of all statistics. The worst.
Frank, I have one question for you. Right. On one hand, you're talking about war in Palestine, and then right now you just talked about war against Black people.
Because somebody said they were only talking about what was going on.
I have a question with your vote. With your vote.
So what did you say?
I said that your position was against the war in Palestine, and what you just said was a war against Black people in America.
Yes.
With your vote, both have gotten worse.
Well,
how do you reconcile? Hold on one second. Hold on. I have to ask you my question.
Go on.
Yeah. So how do you reconcile your argument for harm mitigation?
The way I recognize
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Go on. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
I said reconcile, right?
No, go on.
Right. I want to know, how do you reconcile your argument for harm mitigation when your vote exacerbated the harm to both Palestinians and Black Americans?
No, my vote did not. If you vote for evil and you vote for war, you're going to have continuous war and continuous evil. That is what you're going to have. That is what we have been getting. I can look at things going back to at least 2001 when the world became more open and we saw Democrats and Republicans, and things just continue to get worse and worse and worse.
Did you vote
And
for
they
Jill
have.
Stein?
And they have. I'm talking about things continue to get worse and worse. And this is under Democrats and Republicans. Now, you can sit there and ignore the way things were happening under Democrats. That's you. I refuse to do that. I am not going to vote for evil, and I'm not going to vote for war. I am not. You are never going to get out of this if you don't have the guts and the vision to vote for how things should be. You should fight for the world you want to live in, not capitulate to the evil that is currently going on. And I believe that if we had a sizable enough people who are making enough noise and saying we don't want these wars instead of capitulating, then that could have a great impact on things. Even if the person cannot actually win, it could have a great impact on that. I think that's a better society to live in instead of a society that just accepts war and goes along with things and doesn't challenge things and doesn't stand up to stop it.
Ms. McKimba, who did you vote for?
I did not vote for Kamala, and I did not vote for. I voted for Jill Stein. I'm proud of how I voted.
Where's Jill Stein?
I was just about to ask that.
Where's Jill Stein right now today? Where is she?
She's protesting against what is going on in Palestine. She's out in front of the UN protesting that. But where's Kamala Harris? Where is she? Where is she? And what stops her from using her voice to stop anything? Where is she? And where are the Democrats that are currently in office? Where are their voice to stop it? The people have been elected. Where are they? Where are they? The ones who could be stopped, the ones who could say they want this to stop, and who are not.
Who has
doing
control? Who has control of the House and the Senate?
Let me ask you a question. You asked me what Jill Stein was currently doing right now. She's not even in office. So why would you ask me that question? But
Yeah, she just recently started protesting against the war again. She just recently started. September 18th. She was calling for a day of action. Yeah, I know. She just started again. We know.
So why then do you use that argument about who has? I'm talking about who can use their voice to stop things. So what's Kamala Harris doing? If we're going to talk about that, what's she doing?
She legitimately just started. She returned from Russia, is what Jill Stein did, to now pick up her quote unquote advocacy. So there's that, ma'am. I'm gonna tell you one more time to stop talking over me. You're gonna stop it. I'm gonna answer your question. All right. Currently, in the United States of America, right, the GOP has control of both chambers of our Congress. That's the House and the Senate. All right. There is much that Congress could stop in regards to what's going on, especially these executive orders. However, it's not the Democrats who have control of those chambers. It is the Republicans. Okay. So when they vote for these things, all right, no matter what Jasmine does, what Ilhan does, all right, fucking hey, even Schumer, even though I think he is a cuck, but that's another story, not here nor there, okay? No matter what they do, how they vote, all right, they do not have the majority that they need in order to pass the bills, the policies, and resolutions that we need. Okay.
You asked me.
And then also another thing, I know what I asked you, and I'm answering the question of what you asked me. You asked me what they're doing. They are still speaking out. They still don't support it. There are some who.
What is Kamala doing?
What is Kamala?
You asked me what.
Why are you asking what is? I'm sorry. Why are you asking what is Kamala doing?
You asked me what Jill Stein, who's not even elected into any office, and I said, well, what is Kamala doing? It's the same kind of question.
Kamala's about to start a book tour. She's about to start a book tour.
So she's not speaking out against any of these things.
She don't need to. You know why she doesn't need to?
You're saying she doesn't.
You know what? Know why she doesn't need to? Because she put her neck on the line, and people like you stepped on it. That is why she don't need to do nothing. Because people like you stepped on her neck when she put it out there on the line. And she ain't the one in office. All right. Your vote led to this. Your vote. And people like you. People like you. We keep trying to have conversations with people who either voted third party or are non-voters. Most conversations, I would say, go pretty okay when the people are open to listen. You are not opening to listen to a goddamn thing. Not at all. You just want us to sit here and listen to every diatribe that you have about this. We're not going to agree. I am not pro-war. Not in the least
Well, let me
bit.
just say this.
I
and
am,
just wanna-
however,
you
again,
come at
for
me
harm
with what you say,
reduction. Ma'am, I'm
and
for harm
people will
reduction.
interrupt me.
I'm definitely for harm reduction. I'm tired of you. I'm fucking tired of you. I'm definitely, sorry guys. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap the screen. Okay. Fucking A. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing here? Okay, Hector, we're on YouTube. Stop. 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 Nigga, stop. We're on YouTube. Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. Tap, tap, tap the screen. What a freaking night. I have a lot of stuff to do. What's
So,
up,
Erica, I have a question. I just wanted to know, since her Green Party didn't win, how is she going to vote in primaries? That was my next question to her.
I don't even care.
Do they vote in primaries since their candidate didn't win? Does that mean they don't vote in primaries?
I don't know. Do they vote in the midterms? Like, what do they do? What do they do? I don't know. What do they do? I don't get it. I don't get it. You were right. You're so right. She cares so much about what's happening across the water overseas, as if the matters are mutually exclusive. That's the thing. They always think that it's one or the other, and it's not one or the other. And also wanting things to just happen like that. I can't snap y'all like that. There we go. Just wanting things to happen so quickly. And it's like, how could you look at Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and what they both stood for and go, you know what? I'm going to vote for Jill Stein. Make it make sense. Someone make it make sense. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I'm never going to get it. I have a few things to read off, guys. I should have listened to YouTube because I did do a poll. YouTube said abort, and I should have listened to YouTube, but it didn't. YouTube was like, get out of there, run, eject. And I was like, no, guys, let's have some fun. And here we are. So there's that. Oh, I got the stress ball on my forehead. How come no one told me? I bust the stress ball talking to that lady. Okay. Thank you to Tarot for the $5 super chat. Tarot said, this seems like wanting to be at the ice cream store, but thinking that teleporting is how you get there rather than one step at a time. We progress. Exactly. One step at a time is how we make progress, people. All right. I know we will all want it overnight. It's just literally not how it works. We have to be realistic about these matters. Shout out to Tarot, y'all. I have quite a few to read. So y'all keep tapping the screen, drop some hearts in the chat. There was something else here. Shout out to Shannon over on Zelle for the $20. Shannon said, you are the best, Erica. Truly a good human. Thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate that. Sometimes I need a kind word because these people be trying to send me over the edge. Had me breaking my own rules, not respecting my own boundaries. I'm gonna be better, y'all. I promise. I'm gonna be better. Whew. Shout out to my girl Whitney for the $5. Whitney says she's not pro-war, but she voted for not only more wars to be possible, but the harm of all Americans. Does she think we will have another election, or does she not care? To be honest, I think she was an accelerationist. I think she would rather see this all burn down. To be fairly honest here. Shout out to Kiana. Draw some hearts in the chat for Whitney. That was a great question. Shout out to Kiana for the $25. Kiana says she keeps saying we're pro-war. She voted pro-war as well. Civil war. Exactly. And Peaches brought up a very, very fantastic point. We have so many wars right now happening on the home front. And it's like she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. That's why I say she's short-sighted. Because she doesn't care. She doesn't care that kids, are going to sleep hungry. She doesn't care that kids are going to lose access to their insurance. All right. Because once their parents, don't have access to the Medicaid and their parents are making too much money, let's say because of a job, that they had to take, then the kids no longer have access to the healthcare. And guys, please don't think that just because somebody has a job, that they have a job, that they have good health insurance. Don't think that. Please don't. Trust me. Mm-mm. So there's that. And then also the cost of health insurance going up, impacting millions of Americans. What the fuck are we doing? I don't get it. Also, Logan, thank you so much for the $5. Logan said, always on point, but very well done with that lady, Jill Stein. Ha, exactly. Jill Stein was fucking hinge, y'all. Oh, golly, geez. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. Thank you all so very much. Let me see some hearts in the chat. Guys, make sure you take care of the panel while they're here. Liv is here. Make sure you check out the link in his bio. He is a teacher and he has his Amazon wish list, guys, for the students. They're doing a raffle this upcoming Friday. So let's go ahead and see what we can get off of that Amazon wish list for Liv and his students, actually the entire school. And let's just keep doing all the good things. Peaches is here. Make sure you check out the link in her bio. My favorite Hector is here. No offense to anyone else, but Hector's my favorite. Hector's here and Dan too. All right. Hector and Dan, it's a tie. Okay. But they're here. Check out the links in their bio. Liv, we'll talk about it later.
Wow.
All right. So guys, keep doing all of the good things. And if you voted for Trump, go ahead and request stuff. I think I got the brain capacity, as you know, Kirk would say, to do one more. I have the brain capacity to do one more. All right, just one. And then we're going to go say hi to someone. We'll do a raid tonight. All right, so it looks like we only have friendlies in the request. If you did vote for Donald Trump, go ahead and I'm talking about creators, people who host lives, Corey. Be for real. Be for real. Okay. All right. So if you voted for Donald Trump or you're a conservative, get in the box. I am not talking to anyone who voted third party tonight. Again, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I'm not. You're not going to make the space in between my eyes hurt. I refuse to allow that to happen. Ty, I'm not talking to you either because it's pointless. All right. I just said I'm respecting my own boundaries. So there's that. All right, guys. So keep doing all the good things. Tap the screen. Share the live. Let's. I don't know what we're working on. I think we're working on the birdies. So let's go ahead and knock out the birdies, guys. Show love to the panel and just keep doing all the good things. Let's talk about Donald Trump and what he did today. Let's do that. Cody Rogers, my favorite white man. Hell yeah, I'll talk to my favorite white man any time of the day. But guys, so Donald Trump has something like the whole okay, I'm gonna put this. I didn't like to believe it because like Hector and I will talk about this type of stuff. Didn't want to believe in like the distractions, even though I know the distractions are a thing. But they always kind of we always find out about them. But I honestly believe that everything that Donald Trump did today was a friggin' distraction. All right. Jimmy Kimmel got his job back. Yay. Awesome. Whoop-de-doo. All right. Go First Amendment. Right. Then, all right. Then he hosts this press conference about, let me go to my records. One moment. One moment. Everyone, one moment. Come on, computer work. You got to work faster when I'm trying to do stuff. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. And did I pronounce it right, y'all? Did I pronounce it right? Acetaminophen? I don't fucking know.
Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not educated enough to even try.
Mm-hmm. The active ingredient in Tylenol, right? So the active ingredient in Tylenol. He went on that rant about how pregnant women taking it can lead to autism. There's no science to back that. You know how I know that there's no science to back that is because my child lives with autism. All right. And a few years ago, we were actually contacted about a class action lawsuit, all right, to sue the makers of Tylenol because I took Tylenol while pregnant with Bubba, right? And the class action lawsuit, as of this point, has gone nowhere because there's no science to back it up. So there's that. There's no science behind any of it whatsoever. And so for Donald Trump and, brainworms to get on national TV, all right, and say that they're gonna put a dear doctor note on friggin' Tylenol and not to prescribe it to pregnant women unless they have a severe fever, and severe fevers can cause harm to the baby. Right. Yeah, exactly. Right, Peaches? And so, like, what are we doing? What is happening? That doesn't make any sense. And you know what's crazy, guys? This isn't even crazy. This is just another I told you so. I don't mind being a Black woman in hindsight because I told you so. I remember being on late nights with Santana and arguing with multiple people that RFK Jr. is an autism denier. No, he doesn't. He doesn't believe that. He's just against vaccines. No, love. That man does not believe in autism. All right. That man is a eugenist. That's what he is. I argue that point. He does not believe in it. And here we are. Here the fuck we are. He's a denier. Yes, exactly, Frey. He is a denier. And so we have that. I know Peaches want to say something because her pretty self turned the camera on. So I'm gonna let you say something, Peaches, but then I'm gonna get to what they're covering up. Go ahead, love.
Well, first of all, it's sports season. I think it's fair that we should say release those e-files. Dun, 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 dun. How about that? First of all, because this is just a distraction. However, I knew that I had a great bond with you. My son is also autistic.
Oh.
He is 22 years old. And when he was 3 years old, we found out that he was autistic, severely autistic. And at the age of 5, we entered into a class lawsuit right along with Holly Robinson Pete.
Okay.
And McCarthy as well. And they tried to do a connection with the MMR and the Tylenol as well, even back then. So my son was a part of a test study out of 1,000 children. He was 999 on the test trial for the clinicals. And there was no correlation, no scientific study backing it at all. As a parent, I felt helpless. But now for it to come back into the limelight, it's like, why are you all trying to continuously connect it when there has been scientific study showing that there is no correlation between the two? Exactly. And what I really want people to understand, Donald Trump is feeding you all rat food. Meaning he's so used to feeding you all crumbs, these MAGA supporter crumbs, and they're getting full off of it. It's a distraction. That's all this is a complete distraction. There's been so much evidence and there not being any correlation between the two. None whatsoever. And I believe in all heart of hearts that when he said the Amish community does not have autism, did you hear him say that?
Jesus Christ, no.
He said, so he turned to JFK. He said, JFK, he said, there was no Amish kids or nobody in the Amish community with autism, right? And he said, well, there's really some to none. And he said, well, he's careful with his words. I'm not going to be careful with my words. There's no people in the Amish community with autism, which is a lie.
It's not true. It's so not true.
It's a lie. It's very disgraceful. But I just wanted to turn my camera on. I'm so over him and all these distractions. But you know what? MAGA is getting full off of these crumbs that he's feeding them. So what do you say? Continue to get full, babes.
Another thing is that it is basically it's putting the blame on mom. It's putting the blame on mom. Because Tylenol is like legitimately one of a very few over-the-counter pain meds that women can take when pregnant to relieve pain.
Mm-hmm.
And to be perfectly honest with y'all, I don't even know what the other options are. I don't even know what the other options are because you know what my doctor recommended? Tylenol, because it's filtered through the liver versus the kidneys. We can't take ibuprofen. We can't take Advil. You can't do Motrin. You can't do any of that stuff, but you can do Tylenol when you're pregnant. So when you have that back pain, all right, you take your Tylenol. All right. When your legs are hurting, you take your Tylenol. You know, so it's like, but a mom decides that she can't take her back pain anymore. And all she knows is to take Tylenol. Then what? Then what? Like, what? Why? Why do they want women to suffer? I just want to know. Why do they want us to suffer so bad?
You know, I would say Kennedy almost would probably rather us ingest white powdery substance like he did instead of Tylenol.
Oh my God. It's a mess. It's like it's just a mess. And then guys, that's not it. So there's more, of course, because because Donald Trump is who he is. So guys, in 1935, all right, when what's his name? When FDR was trying to pass the New Deal, he was working on it, trying to pass the New Deal, so on and so forth. There was one board member, I can't remember which board they were on, but I'll find out for you guys. They wanted to not pass it, right? And so they wanted to block it. What ended up happening is that it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled, and they call it the Humphreys Executor. I even wrote it down. All right. In the Humphreys Executor, it basically says that the president cannot fire board members at will. There is a Democratic board member on the FTC by the name of Slaughter, who Donald Trump did in fact fire. She contested her firing, and the Supreme Court today upheld her firing. And the next part of their ruling is going to be, and guess what, guys? They upheld her firing without giving reason, because on the rocket docket, so when these cases are expedited, they don't have to give a reason for their decision. So there's that. So they didn't give any type of reason. But the next part of their ruling basically would be either to keep or to overturn the Humphreys Executor. If they overturn it, what that will allow is for Donald Trump to have the complete authority to fire at will board members. So he can get rid of any Democrat or any person that's anti-Trump from like the FTC, the Department of Labor, energy, basically any agency, any board. The only one that this wouldn't apply to would be the Federal Reserve Board. So he wouldn't be able to touch the governors and the board there. All right. So we used to go by they had to basically, commit neglect or some type of act like abuse of power. There would have to be a reason why they were fired. If the Supreme Court rules in Donald Trump's favor, there will be no reason. And he'll be able to fire people as he sees fit and install his sycophants, his loyalists. So that's where we are. That is where we are right now. And we just have to basically wait and see what happens. We just have to wait to see what happens. That's it. That's what they're hiding. They don't want you
Peaches,
to
I'm
know
so
what
happy to
happens.
see you up here.
Yeah, I am too. I like Peaches. Hi, Peaches.
Oh, thank you, Hector. I normally don't come up. I like to just come in the room and support other beautiful Black women.
Oh, thank you.
And I am
I'll take
like you. I'm trying to stop arguing with other Black women on these panels. But the 8% can be so freaking annoying.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree. I agree. It's like, I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell, but you keep yelling at me and you keep over talking me. Please don't over talk me. Stop it. And then what ends up happening is we just end up yelling. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. But guys, stay woke. Stay woke. Seriously. Like my dad says, to be aware is to be alive.
I just want to let y'all know every dollar that you donate to Everything with Erica helps keep her skin bright, glowing, and melanated.
Yeah, because it looks like this in real life. I'm not even kidding. It does. Ask Hector.
I can confirm.
Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate you.
She's almost 60 and her skin is clearer than mine.
I am almost 60. I am. I got a few things to read off. Lindsay, let me see here. Ooh. Okay, Lindsay. Lindsay, I appreciate you. I just want to say, don't say stuff like that because we know, but you don't. This is tough. Thank you, Lindsay, for the $25. Lindsay, you said it's not all white women, but like men, I fight until it's none. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We know. We know. I get it. I get it. Thank you. Appreciate you, love. Also, shout out to Alaskan Furry. All right, you know who you are. Alaskan Furry sent 2 and says, so since Kimmel is coming back, can we talk about how important our voice is? And we need to not just run back and support companies that had no spine to start with. Also, 3 rural hospitals are now closing in Virginia. What does MAGA think? They don't care. They don't care. They don't. I'm pretty sure that they don't care. Again, these things, like for them, the caring part comes literally once it's in their house. Once it's in their house. So like once they don't have access to their health insurance, that's when they'll care. Because right now, they're still getting Medicaid. They're still receiving EBT, SNAP benefits. But once they aren't, that's when they'll start to care. It's already too late. It's already too late. All right. So, I mean, the bill's been signed. I mean, like the only hope that we have, I mean, realistically, actually, it's too late because even if we do get like the super majority, let's say there is a blue wave. I doubt it. I'm not pessimistic. I'm realistic. I doubt it, but there is a blue wave in 2026. Then that Congress doesn't take office until January 1st. All right. They set it up with the big, beautiful bill that the first wave of people to lose their insurance goes into effect on December 30th, 2026. That is sick. That is disgusting. It's a cat on my head. But yes, thanks, Hector. So there's that. So we can only hope that there is a blue wave, or at least because they have to have the super majority, guys, in order to repeal the big, beautiful bill. They have to have that. All right, I'm tired of rambling. Peach, women, I'm going to let you go last. Hector, any final words?
Well, pray for the coons and jigaboos.
No.
And as frustrating as it may sound, as repetitive as it may be, as pointless as it feels, with all the energy we give these crackers, absolutely give some of that to our Black brothers and sisters on the side of being up Trump's ass or being up apathy's ass as well.
That part. Thank you, Hector. I appreciate you always.
Walk out. Sorry.
I go online. All I see is Peaches.
Yes. Okay. So this is for you, Erica.
Yes, love.
When we're out here in these trenches in MAGA spaces and we come across people who, we don't get along with politically or as far as our ideologies are concerning, I'm going to tell you what's been working for me as of late.
What's that?
I turn my volume down when their voices are on, and when their box is on green, I keep my volume down and I entertain myself until their box is no longer green.
Okay.
So that means that I don't have to hear the bullshit that they're talking about.
Like,
I'm setting boundaries. I'm setting boundaries. protecting my peace, because although we're on a mission to win more votes, like I'm always on a mission to win more souls, we're on a mission to win more votes, especially us needing them in these primaries and midterms. We need their votes.
Exactly, we do.
But I am done arguing or going into spaces with women and men that are only interested in I guess talking about bonnets, what's happening in the Black communities, Brenda having a baby, and Tupac being the hottest topic out there.
Oh my God. Or no, you forgot to mention Planned Parenthood.
And Planned Parenthood.
That's, oh my God. This is, yeah, I feel you. I totally understand. I get it. I totally get it. I get it.
Yeah. Protect your peace.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you, love. Hey, y'all, I already know y'all was following Hector, but it's over 400 people in here. If you are not following Sweet Peaches, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and follow Peaches right now. All right, do that.
Thank you,
And
love.
of course, love, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you so much.
Always. Thank you.
Have a great night. Hey, Mr. Charles, I know that you have been talking about a Senate bill that's supposed to like be coming to the floor. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find anything about it. Can you give us some info, starting with the name of it?
Yeah, the name of it. Let me just go real quick and it's SB 1187, and it's not been voted on, it's not been passed. They're still talking about it, but what it does is it forces universities and colleges in Oklahoma to place a memorial statue or something of that magnitude. The two things that they were talking about.
So this was specifically to Oklahoma.
Yes, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, all right. When you
and they're
share
forcing
it,
them.
when
Okay.
you share it, make sure you put OK or Oklahoma SB 1187, because I was looking and I was like, I can't find anything for it.
Well, the
Okay.
thing the thing I looked up when I looked it up, I had to put the 2006 portion behind it.
Okay.
And because that's the thing that would, because when I looked at it, just with the SB 1187, it wasn't giving me anything. It was giving me some crazy stuff. I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. But then when I put when I do the 2006, it does all the things that, it pulls up everything. And what it's doing is it's forcing them to place this in the center area of these colleges and universities. And if they don't, then they're looking to find them until they do.
Wow. That is
And that's just crazy. All for Charlie Kirk or CK, I'm sorry.
You can say his name. I don't care. Oh, I'm going to say that's disgusting. And I hope that fails. Unfortunately, it's sad that it likely will pass, but ugh. Ugh.
It's just crazy what they're doing. But this guy is not.
Exactly.
I don't want to get into this guy, but
yeah.
I'm so glad you brought me up. I've always wanted to talk to you, but I know that you guys don't bring up friendlies, but I don't know.
I know I've seen you throughout the lives today mentioning that bill, and I'm like, okay, what is it that we're talking about here? Like, because I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, and I was like, well, let me see, and then boom, here we go. So that makes sense. It's an awful bill. I hope it doesn't pass, but considering how things are, here we are. So
I just hadn't heard anybody talking about it, and you have always been up on a lot of things, and like the things you were talking about today, I was like, oh yeah, that's some information that we definitely listen to. But I didn't hear anyone talking about this, and I'm like, what is going on?
I think it's a test. I think everything that they do at this point is an experiment. So if this passes in Oklahoma, which is one of their testing grounds, Oklahoma, Texas, and Florida, literally, I think are their testing grounds. And yeah, so this passes in Oklahoma. Guaranteed we're going to see it introduced in other states.
Wow.
It's gross. This dude, like, I'm not going into it. We're not doing it. I want to go raid Santana because my bro is having an important conversation tonight on late nights, and I want to go raid Santana. All right, so let's go
there
do
as
that.
well. All right,
awesome.
I'll see you there.
Of course, Mr. Charles. Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Do I have to put Santana's thing up? I know y'all know Santana, right? But I'm going to put it up anyway. So let's do a sticker. All right. And I can't remember. What's Santana's name on this thing? I can't remember. Help me. Help me. Okay. Santana 24 speaks. There we go. Stop. I don't want to do a battle. There we go. Turn off. Thank you. I was doing something. Okay, let me put it in here, guys. And also, I'm trying to figure out how on YouTube to send the raid. I really am. Santana, what's his name? 24 speaks. I should know this, right? I really should know this. I don't know this. All right, there we go. Okay, let's go over there and be on our best behavior, guys. Let's go over there and be on our best behavior. All right, Santana 24 speaks is the name. Santana 24 speaks. Let's go say hi to Santana. All right, drop some hearts in the chat. Say Erica Raid, but like be cool, guys. Be cool. All right, they're having a very important conversation. Don't make it awkward. Okay. Anywho, YouTube, I don't know how to do it. I really don't. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. All right. I don't know how to send Santana a raid. I don't. On YouTube. I don't. So, YouTube, go see Santana. All right. Go see Santana. Go say hi. All right. I'm going to keep figuring out for anyone who's sticking around on YouTube. I'm going to keep trying to figure it out. I'm just going to stream Santana's live on YouTube until I figure it out and send him a friggin' raid because I'm a ridiculous person. All right. So with that being said, guys, thank you so very much to everyone who tapped the screen, who shared the live, who sent a gift, who sent a donation. Thank you so very much for the conversation. Shout out to Hector, to Sweet Peaches for stopping by, to Liv. Thank you all. So to Chewy, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Just keep doing all of the good things, guys. And I leave you with this as I do every single night. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please do something kind for someone else. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Deuces out.
They run a game, we build new rules. We here to heal, uplift, and break the old rules. They kept us boxed in, divided by fear. But you find us lined up when the truth appears. Yeah, weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no fronting. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already know. Late nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no fronting. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already know. Late nights with Santana. Late nights with Santana. You already know. Late nights with Santana. Late nights. Late nights with Santana. You already know. Late nights with Santana. Late nights.
Hey guys, welcome in. This is Late Nights with Santana, and this week, like I said, Late Nights is back. I am happy to be back. Welcome in to everyone, including the Erica Raid. Welcome in, guys. This week on Late Nights with Santana, we're talking two-way reform. We're talking gun reform. We're talking what needs to happen to make sure that we're protecting everyone in America, especially the kids. With that being said, my co-host for this week is the one, the only, Brett Cross. Brett, the crowd goes mild. Brett, how are you?
I am doing, Santana. And listen, I appreciate the opportunity to get to co-host this with you for the week, man.
Listen, I'm so excited. Brett, I know, so you and I talk, right? I mean, like, first and foremost, like you and I, not last week, but the week before, we were on like a hell of a run, right? Like it was like almost every single day we were on live together, and it was just like fucking magic, right?
Oh yeah.
And Brett, I know where your heart is. I know where your passion is, and